organized. Fuck me. Oh, my head.
And
Oh,
when that game's finished, I put on the 30-minute tennis.
30-minute tennis. I think that's all running fine now.
That game went for 32 minutes, man. Like
that's like normal tennis, isn't it? It can go from anywhere from like, X amount of times.
no, that goes for like 2 to 4 hours. Like
That's what I'm saying though. Like tennis can go from any span of time depending on how the matches go.
yeah, it can go from half hour to now up to like 4 and
Yeah,
a half. Like it's fucking insane. It depends how good the players are.
yeah. Imagine being there for that long.
Like having a Federer and Djokovic.
I gotta be back at work
Going
2 hours ago.
4 hours.
Fucking, I've got a headache. Everything's still in my head in. Helicopters flying around outside.
You sound sick.
I'm still sick.
You sound nasally.
I'm still sick, but it's more in my head. And it's stressing me the fuck out. And everything else is stressing me the fuck out. It needs to just stop. I'm getting sick and tired of feeling so stressed out. I don't like it. Especially being stressed out.
Tired of being sick.
And especially when you're sick as well and you're feeling stressed out when you're sick, feels like shit as well. So, being stressed out's one thing. Being sick is another thing. But being sick and stressed out, my fucking God. I'm mad. But anyway.
Not fun.
Let's get on into the episode, I guess. Fucking... I got a Vicks Vapor Drop in my mouth as well, so I'm going to hold that between my teeth. What's up, Beardies and Beardettes? Welcome back to another fine episode of the Beardy Bros podcast. I'm trying to put the camera a little bit better this time in my face, but now it's like in a weird spot. So I wasn't so down, I had to look down this time. I can kind of like look more direct up and stuff, so I got a little tripod for it. I had another tripod, but I don't know where it went, so I'm confused. So luckily I had another tripod and I pulled it out.
It vanished. It walked away.
Very stiff walked away because I am my head. Everything's just frustrating at the moment. So much nonsense. My God, the world, just everything going on in it is just stupid.
That is life, my boy.
Yep. So much dumb shit.
No one ever gets a clear run.
No.
There's not one person right now who has a clear run.
I know. It's just crazy to think about.
Some are worse off than others. Like
yeah, that's it. Oh, my head! I just need a break.
You can walk outside right now, go under a bridge, and there's someone probably sleeping under a fucking bridge. Like,
yep, sleeping on a bridge, sleeping in tents.
Most of the time they choose that, but
yeah, everything happening at the moment. I mean, you're
like 90% of the time is they choose to do it because they don't want to be hurting other people.
Well, that's it.
Even that's still fucking sad.
I know, it's fucked. Everything's fucked at the moment. I haven't even been able to really, like, I haven't even been able to, everything's just going, like, I have been gaming, which is good, I've been playing Fallout. But that's basically all I've really been playing at the moment. Like, I haven't really had a chance to really play anything. Yeah. I have maybe some time to sit down. If I do, I'll maybe just play Fallout or I'll watch TV. But like, I can't even do what I normally used to do. Like, it's one of those things. Like, it just I'm making do with what I've got, but it's not in my normal routine.
Your daily life is up the other fucking way now,
and it's just getting used to that now because everything's changed. And I'm so used to doing things a certain way and being able to do things. Now it's just like can't even do half that stuff, and it's just.
Take it day by day, my boy.
It's just exactly it. Literally got to take it day by day. And I'm studying now, doing some studies now for the next couple of weeks.
Ooh,
so
very nice.
It's not too bad, but I'm going to try and sort
it out. Is it graphic design or anything, or?
No, doing studying in food processing.
Oh, nice.
So that's something a bit different.
Interesting.
So, yeah, might as well. It's like a course that came my way. I was like, fucking, might as well do it. Gives me something to do, keep myself occupied. But, yeah. But then being sick hasn't helped. And I had it last week, and I'm on the end of it now, but I'm still left with this, like, throat, and it feels like it takes a lot for me to talk, to just try and, like, get, and it's annoying. So I can't do my voices. I was like, I'll get back to doing my skeletal stuff, and do another, and I haven't been able to do that. So it's like, it just puts another thing to it. It's just like, oh, I've had all these ideas, and it's like I can't do them because my voice is off. So, and
it's all fucked up.
then the head cold is just pain in the ass. So it's just stuck in my head. Sinuses, it's
Head,
just eyes.
head cold would
and
suck because it's just that constant
pressure.
like you're being squeezed.
Yeah, so it's in the nose and the eyes, the ears, the jaws, like everything. It's just like, oh, everything else starts feeling fine, but it's just that. It's just like, fuck. So.
Yeah, but good thing is head colds, they go away quicker though.
Yeah, well, that's I'm hopefully now that I'm on that point of it because it's just on that end of it. So I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Next week I'm back to being normal and my voice comes back normal. Because I would hate if my voice is stuck like this forever now. It would be annoying.
Forever. It wouldn't be forever, Jesus.
No, but it feels like it feels like I'm gonna strain to talk, and I'm like, fuck. What am I gonna? I'm gonna become the new Chad Reese.
That can actually be permanent. Yeah, like it's not that it won't sound like that, but it won't be normal.
Yeah, like because it feels like that's what
like it'll be semi-normal.
Yeah, because that's what I feel like. Chad's like that. Chad's voice sounds like kind of like that, where he got that graveliness and it's got stuck in the graveliness, and it's like that's it now. You get used to it. Like I guess the sense of straining feels like strain, but it's
because if you're straining, it takes less effort to do that than normal talking. So
yeah, so it's just
like it's like a second nature. You'll just do it.
Yeah, it becomes it after a while. But it just feels like I can feel it. Like when I talk, I feel like I'm using like the when you sing and you use like the different part, like you get your diaphragm, like stuff. Like I can feel when I'm trying to talk, I can feel it in my chest.
Oh shit!
So like, when just me just trying to talk now, I feel like I'm using the muscles in not my like throat and like I can feel it in my chest.
And me, it's just throat, like this.
Because if I try and cut back from using that, so it's like I gotta try and get in the headspace, but it's like
you gotta talk a bit higher. But
hey,
you have to force that.
Well, I can't even talk high at the moment, so I can't be like, "Hey guys, how we doing? Oh my god, ah!" Like I can't even scream. I'm like, ah! Like it's so like. It's gone at the moment. It's gone. So I can't even scream. So me doing like, He-Man.
What I had, because is it just random? Okay, it came on just randomly.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I had that. It lasted 2 fucking weeks.
Yeah, well, I'm on that.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't go higher. I couldn't do it at all. It just had air. That's all
it
was.
Yeah, basically that. Like it is starting to come back. Like I could hear. When I was doing it then, the high pitch, I could hear that little bit of squeals coming through. So that's coming back. I literally couldn't even do that. So when I did that, it was literally nothing. It was just air. So I couldn't even get the high pitch. But the fact that I've got that, the fact that I've got a bit of squeal coming through is good. But last night, like it's funny. I'm going on a segue now to keep myself occupied. I really got into watching fucking Clarkson's Farm. Have you know Jeremy Clarkson?
Yeah.
So he's got his series now with his farm, which started like before COVID. I blame COVID on him now.
Yeah.
I blame COVID on him. So have you watched Clarkson's Farm?
Nah.
So the first season happened just before COVID. Like 2018, 2019, I think it was 2019 it started. And when he was starting his farm up, everything was kind of like he would have a little bit of hiccups. He'd be like, okay, I'm going to buy some this. Didn't know what he was doing. And then he'd like do this. And then something goes wrong. And then I guess they filmed it. Most likely, more or less filmed it after COVID because they knew to make the joke because he was having such a bad run. And I think that's what the whole joke was to be. But like at the end of the thing, because like the season goes, oh yeah, finally got everything sorted. Everything's going great. We've got the flow happening. The pond's happening. Everything's going good. Nothing can go wrong. And it's like a month later, or it was like a couple of weeks later, it's just like bang, and it had the whole everything's in lockdown. There's a new spread of pandemic.
Yeah, that was October, November, 2019.
Yeah,
I remember because my family was on a cruise in Queensland, and they almost got locked in Queensland.
Yeah, but it was just hilarious. I was like, that's fucking hilarious that we saw all this, and then he was like having all this bad luck. And then he's just like, oh, well, nothing can go wrong. And he's like, high five, like, this is going to be great. And this is like, lockdown. Everyone's going to, and then no one can do this. No one can do that. Luckily, he has a farm, so he classified as being a important, farmers were important. So he was able to keep the farm going and stuff. So that was good to actually see that, him operate through, seeing actually that side of something from that time, and then like, well, we started during COVID. So we had our little thing, and we just did our thing to pass the time like anyone else. Everyone else was trying to find their little thing to pass time. But he was lucky enough to be able to keep doing what he was doing. So,
Well, ours isn't the past time. Ours was because we wanted to do it.
well, wanted to do something, but it was initially when we first dabbled, it was like a thing to do, boredom buster. You know, we just had a laugh and we just like chatted and we should record this, you know, and then it became something. And now look at us today, like fuck, we're not anything big, but that's another thing I want to get.
We're big enough.
We're big enough, but that's another thing I want to get into as well in a second, related to content and stuff like that, because being the fact like in Australia we know how constricted we are in here as our output source, because we know anyone else that's doing a podcast anywhere else in the world are easy enough to get the views numbers like you know what I mean?
But also
like
not because a lot of them just quit because they're not getting listens or
exactly. And that's like that's what I'm saying though. It's like there's so many people that just give up and just gave up and didn't get anywhere. But the restriction pressure, because what I was going to segue this into is, I don't know if you've seen the it's not segue, but it's related to what I want to explain. Being though, just generally in Australia, we know how confined, and we don't really get that airtime. We don't really get sourced out as much as everyone else does. Like, you're more easy enough. Like for us, we're easy enough to find Americans and so, you know, and Europeans and French and on any platform, you know, whether it's streaming or YouTube. Like we know we get them sourced to us, but in those other countries, we're not really being sourced to them. Like we're not being like, here, you should check out these Australian people.
Unless they deliberately search Beardy Bros or
yeah, exactly. And even then, it can be still tricky to come across us. But like I don't know if you've heard of it's these two Australian guys. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're called Sticks. They're on YouTube. And they've been doing it for a while, and they do like short films, and like recently in the last year, they started doing from a year when they first started doing it, a range of short films, but then they've been doing it for YouTubers. And the last one they just recently dropped a week or so ago was for MatPat. I think it was during this week, so last week, this week. So they did one for MatPat. So they do like a kind of like a little trailer biopic kind of thing. So it's like a mini teaser trailer, but it's telling a short story of their life. So it kind of like a little snippet flash of them, you know, growing and then becoming a YouTuber at the end. Like they do it really well. And their goal at the moment is, if you know, they did Mark Rober a little bit before that, and the whole plan was when they set off that let's just do this, and they're like, hey, let's make it, which you do something, and then you make a goal for where you want to actually go in the end. Like give yourself a target, so then you go, okay, once we've met that, you know, you get to the next thing. Our target is to at least,
because you have a long goal, a medium, and a short. Which the short goes into the medium goes into the long term.
Exactly, like main goal for us is to get reach. Like it'd be nice to get some more outreach. Like that's at least the base goal.
That you got to do the other two.
Well, it depends. Well, I think the end reach would be having an industry where we can do this and make money. You know, that would be like more of an end goal, most probably at the end, like at the far end. You know, making revenue from what we're doing.
The middle part is the reach part, because you need the
getting
first part is the hardest part. Well, it's like the easiest and the hardest.
It's more or less like getting the followers is the middle part. The beginning for us is getting at least the views. Like getting that outreach, it's just being outreached. Even if people aren't following, I just love that outreach. You know, if we're getting the eyes, more eyes on us, you know what I mean? That's what all I want.
Which is also hard, because you can share it, but
yeah, people there's things in that too. And that's a hard thing as well, which is another thing I want to talk about, because I've been doing a little experiment. But coming back before I get to that first, so these guys Sticks, so they did, where were they at? I think it was about Mark Rober, or just before Mark Rober. They had about 500,000 subscribers. They're now at 700 something thousand, 730,000 or something like that.
Yeah, because of his fans, I reckon.
Well, the goal is, because they spoke to Mark. Well, the thing is, they've done like Mark Rober. What's that effects guy? King. What's his name? I forgot his name now. James King.
I don't know none of them.
I can't remember his name now. He's the special effects guy. And then MatPat. Which makes sense, being game theory. And the next one they tease they're going to do Smosh, which makes sense. But they when they saw Mark Rober, they propositioned, because the thing they've been before him was they want to get to an attempt to, if they get, their final project would be to make a 2-hour movie for Mr. Beast.
Oh,
And they, with being YouTube and being the usual thing, like everyone knows, you set a goal, you do a challenge. Like that's the whole thing, especially with Mr. Beast. He likes challenges. He likes someone to have a goal and someone to try and get to that challenge. So they propositioned a thing, and Mr. Beast said, if you can get to 5 million subscribers, I'll agree to, do the whole come to the cinema, give you permission to make the movie, like they're
That's
doing it anyway.
Steep though, really, when you think about it. 5 million.
Well, 5 million, especially for Australian.
You don't even get 1 million.
Yeah. Well, the fact is, for Australians alone, that's a lot harder to get. Like they're only at now from a year ago, or like 6 months ago, they've only gone up 200 or 300,000 subscribers from like 6 months ago. So they're doing all right traction wise.
That's what I mean, like,
but they haven't even cracked
5 million.
Yeah, they haven't even cracked 1 million yet. They're still
gonna
like
take like 1 million a year, maybe more.
But at the same time, it is good in the sense that it does give them room for content, because if they manage it, if they just got 5 million like that, all that extra content in between, making all these extra trailers for different YouTubers, would be like skipped, and it would be less content for them as a channel to grow, if that makes sense.
Skipped. It should be put out there, but it wouldn't be as...
Their goal would have been achieved quicker, so then therefore their channel wouldn't get a chance to grow at a nice pace and have the content and showing off their like portfolio of skills and them themselves getting better, because you look at the products.
Natural growth.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and it's good to see that they're getting a natural growth at a decent pace, but I'm surprised it's not a little bit faster. The fact, that they're doing these bigger YouTubers and no one's really... It's always interesting to see that people go, oh yeah, that's cool, that's my favorite.
But then it's only a niche content, like it's niche.
Yeah,
content, though.
And that's the other thing too. That's why I
don't watch them. That's not for me. Like,
but they are good to watch. Like if you like any kind of short film like content, they do such great work doing the research and getting everyone involved, because they contact like family members and like their managers and stuff, and that's how they get the secret details, and that's why they chuck them all together. And it's amazing just watching what they do. So it's really good for seeing that growth, and these guys have spent so much money this out of their own pockets to like do this venture, which is sometimes you have to do that. Like you do got to spend some money to, to get something. You got to not just sit back, not just give up. You got to like, okay, I got to make that effort to go forward. So, do more. Got to, try and get that goal. Yep. And that's it. You're not going to get goals by sitting around. So, it's a good metaphor for it all, and it's good that they've got that motivation.
This is not like that.
No, and that's it. Especially if you're being a content creator, and that's the other thing I wanted to come to before I go further with the topics and stuff. Was it definitely is hard, because we're seeing like a lot of YouTubers retiring. We have talked about it. There's like us, like for me in general, I've been doing YouTube for God knows how long, and I'm still doing YouTube. Like it's never gonna. Okay, I'm not doing regular content, but I'm still making content. It's never gonna stop for me, and it's just amazing that like someone like me that's been doing it for so long, that has again no outreach. I have no real connections, no real feedback from it. There's no. The interactions are low. The interactions are growing slightly lately, which that's what I wanted to get to. But it's interesting to see that you really kind of got to be in that algorithm once you find your spot in that algorithm and keep going with it. And it works. And that's just how it's just crazy. Like you got to really get that niche that works. That's not doing, I guess, it's not doing what everyone else is doing. Or if you're going to do what someone else is doing, you got to be different so that you still be independent.
But have your twist to it.
Yeah. And that's the big thing for a lot of content creators, like especially Twitch like streamers. There's so many people that are they're so cringy, or they're doing the same thing that someone else is doing, but someone else is already lucky enough to be popular and up there. And then it's like, well, I'm doing the same thing they're doing. Why can't I be that? It's like, that's it. Listen to what you said. You're doing the same thing they're doing. That's the problem. They did what they did. It worked for them. You can't do what they did to get to that point.
You do what you do.
Yeah, like you know that yourself. You're doing what you're doing, and look how well you're doing now. Like you've gotten a larger audience. You've got a community happening. You've got
I mean, I just checked my thing, and I'm at over 900 freaking followers.
Yeah,
fucking.
That's crazy. Like you're nearly at
averaging 20 to 30 subs a month now. Like
like that's good.
I'm just being me, like just.
And that's
guitar,
it. Like you
games.
Yep. And then that's the thing. People now when they come. Like, because you always have that fluctuation of audience, but now they know you do your gaming and you do your music. It jumps between the two.
I didn't expect to get what I got now. Like, fuck.
And like that's the thing. Like people have learnt now and understand that's your niche. You're in.
Started having fun.
Yeah, and like, and you're in your niche rhythm now, people know that's your thing, so they know what they're going to expect when they come to, because they're now being also suggested. So the people that are coming across your channel are being suggested those similar things, so that you're being now fed to the people that will like your content, the gamings you play, and the music you play. So
that's what I'm getting now. Like,
yeah,
I could be live.
oh god,
I just sometimes just hit live. 5 minutes later, a new person just comes in and goes, "Oh, I was just browsing the music. You're up here." I'm like,
yeah,
we're getting recommended now. Like,
exactly.
I'm like, hey, fucking welcome. Like, good day, just hang out, chill.
And that's exactly it, and that's great. That's what you want. Like, that's what anyone wants, really. If you're in that area of being a content creator, that's what anyone wants. That's one of the main goals. There's no point being a content creator if you've got
being live is
no
hard
eyes.
because
yeah,
it's just live because it's literally on the fucking spot. There's no.
Sorry about the blowing the nose.
You can't plan for anything, really.
And that's it. Give me a sec.
Which is kind of my specialty because I do YouTube, but mine's just reviews, really, and unboxings.
And that's it. Once you get that niche rhythm, which you kind of had a little bit there with your unboxings, because you've been doing that like consistently the same content, you've been getting that niche. And yeah, it definitely
up for a while.
Yeah, but but like again, when you're a content creator, whether you're live, whether you're doing videos, whether you're making just like posts, you're not any of that unless you have the eyes. Like that, you can't do that without the eyes. Yeah. So if there's no eyes on it, then there's no.
Like
you can do it, but it's not going to get you anywhere.
Even if five people are still something.
Oh, like, that's what I'm saying. But that's something. That's what I'm saying. That's something. You got to have something. You can't have nothing. You can't have no eyes, and you doing stuff. The only eyes that is your own eyes. It's not going to go anywhere. If it's like
I wouldn't say it's a waste, but you're doing something wrong if there's no one there.
Exactly. It's basically you telling a secret to yourself and you keeping it. That one eye is you telling someone that one secret, and then not telling anyone else. Like that's them. You know, when it comes to content creating, you basically want that secret to become Chinese whispers, and become a known secret.
You kind of want to. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's sharing. Yeah. People are showing their friends.
Like we definitely go up and down as the Beardy Bros, and it's always definitely
a niche.
Like it's funny because on the Spotify
cup of tea.
On the Spotify thingamadiggy for the podcast, it literally says we have an audience of 20 people, a regular audience of 20 people, but the average listeners at the moment is only 1. But it has shown that we actually have a larger follower base now. Audience. Even though we only have we have regular one listener.
It's 20. But it's only 1 at that time, I'm guessing.
Like for that average at the moment. But we have a regular 20 in the system that keep clicking back or interacting, or you know what I mean? Like they're still concurrent to a point, even though the audience itself or the viewers is down low. So it's good to see that we've got a regular 20, because it does that again is being tracked because your IP and stuff like. So it is tracking IPs to get that general, and that's how they collect that audience. So they know. That's how they know your age.
And that's
things
if they're
like
not using like fucking blockers.
Yeah.
And
that usually when they get
30, 40,
and usually when it comes up tagged, that's usually when it gets put in the others category. So then they don't exactly know. There's just know that there's someone listening. It's just it doesn't know. But I think I messaged you. I don't know if I messaged you. I messaged Ed. I think about it. But my statistics I've been playing around lately. This is a thing I've been doing on and off, trying the content and writing the waves of trends. So that's why I wanted to see what works. I wanted to dabble with the algorithms, and it has been working. But there's an interesting twist for me as a content creator with my content. So I've already mentioned it before previously in other episodes and in general with you. Those that regularly listen will know. But in general, I post a lot of variety content. And this is not just on one platform. This is on every platform. I'm a very variety person. I don't like to just stick to one thing. So I recently set myself a slight little challenge after I found that with the way Traction Helldive has been doing lately, and when it launched, it was doing well. So I made memes and I made content, and it was also fun for me, not just doing it just because let's do this. Like I wanted to I was having fun making it, but then I noticed it was gaining the attention because it was trending. A lot of people doing similar kind of content, whether it's gameplay or memes, and I've been dabbling on that, getting that interaction. I've had videos blow up because it's popular, so it works. It makes sense. So I kept doing that, and then kept dabbling with gameplay and the memes, and the gameplay and the memes, and seeing and watching the numbers, and seeing what worked. And once I found a little pattern of what was working, I stuck to that a little bit. So it was like more of the memes were working. So I did more memes. So I did more of the memes. Noticed the numbers were still staying large. Kept doing memes. Chuck in some gameplay again. They were getting low. Okay, go back to the memes. Memes are still doing really good, really high. So that's where I started to realize that's the algorithm I was kind of in. My gameplays weren't doing, but me creating memes, having fun,
like
making jokes.
Gameplay would be every now and again, just chuck one in there.
Yeah, chuck it in to see how well it did, and then I'd kind of come back a little bit, post a couple of gameplay for a bit, like a couple of days, a couple of videos of gameplay, see how they did, see if it confused the algorithm, or if I was still stuck in the same algorithm, and come back, post memes again. And the memes were still good. So I found that I was in that. That's how I found I was in that meme algorithm. So my content was now forged on being meme based, and it worked now that it wasn't just being Helldivers. I could chuck other content there in as well. So that was starting to work as well. That I could put anything that was in that meme format would do really well. Gameplay would do well, but it wouldn't be as effective as that. So I managed to put myself in that category. So, and that's the same thing. I'm doing that with YouTube as well, on and off, like finding what worked and also dabbling in what was doing good and then putting it on another platform and letting that see how that ran, if it worked the same as well. So that was the other thing as well, is posting slightly similar or different content, but then also things that were doing well, make sure I posted those as well and seeing how they'd take off. And I found across the board, because I also did this on Instagram as well, on and off as well, through my accounts. But I definitely found at the end of this, because even Fallout's been great, so I've worked my niches with that as well. I've now found that Instagram, no one gives a fuck about.
Fallout's trending like fuckery right now.
That's why I wanted to run with that as well, because Helldivers trended for me. I'll do Fallout because that's trending as well, so I know I'll try that same recipe. And I found posting on Instagram, no one gave a fuck about what I posted on Instagram. It got barely any eyes, barely any tractions, no likes, no comments.
But that's Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, you can be shadow banned for nothing on there.
TikTok worked great for the memes. Gameplay stuff kind of like worked on and off, if I was lucky. It kind of felt like it just had to be the right time and it may have taken off. But memes worked the best for both Helldivers, Fallout, anything else in between. Gameplay for Helldivers kind of worked. Fallout gameplay on and off, but again, it wasn't as best. It wasn't as big numbers. But then YouTube, I found that gameplay worked better and memes didn't. The meme format I was making was doing horrible. Gameplay was doing way better on everything. So Helldiver gameplay worked better in the shorts. The Fallout gameplay was working better for the shorts. And it is very interesting that I'm in these, like, but now it's like, okay, now I know what's working in the algorithm, what the audience is needing to be fed.
You can stick to it.
Where to tailor it. So yeah.
On to the next.
Yeah, so now my TikTok is
whatever it is
meme TikTok,
because
which
it just keeps changing.
And that's it. So it's definitely riding the trends of what games are popular, and it does work because there is almost endless content as well. Especially with memes. Memes are endless. You can make anything and mix them together, cross mix two memes to another format, and you know what I mean. Like, you've got endless supply. You can mash things up and just keep playing with it, and it's great and it's fun. Like, I like making memes, so it's nothing wrong for me. Like, I'm not feel like I'm going out of my way to do this. Like, I get to find my meme outlet, and I get to upload it and share it with people, and it's you know, getting that whole traction happening. And it's great because, like, I'm on TikTok now and I'm over 2,000 followers or whatever it is. So I've got that going up. I've got up a couple of subscribers now on the YouTube. I had the award pop through the other day for getting 10,000 views on a short, which was great on YouTube. So it was like a little milestone I reached. So I was like, fuck yeah, like, the content is being viewed now, and I've found that niche, and it feels great to actually make content that is being, even though it may be short form content, it's still being viewed now. Like, it's not just wasted content where one person may be viewing it or two people viewing it, you know.
Shorts are good because most people have TikTok fucking brain, and it's just, they can't focus more than 10 seconds or so.
And I found how to...
Which is, as myself, I can watch a full hour-long video. Like,
and that's the other thing tested as well. It's like, testing those things, I find... That's the other thing I found is too, is if you get that engaging thing to start off with, so if it's not too slow, or that little bit drag out at the start, if you get that initial, if you can just jump to the initial engage, and then play off from there, it keeps people kind of going a little bit longer. So I'd gone through, because the other thing as well...
but you'll see in most people's, even like PewDiePie and that, their videos have cut-offs of different...
Yes.
Some people last a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes,
and that's it.
They go right just to the end, and that's it. Like,
yeah. So if
they
that's
skip the whole thing right to the end. Like,
yeah. So that's where you got to do that
like
engage. So if
just
you
go
can
with
get
shorts if you like that.
if you can get the initial engage, but this is with long form videos as well. So if you can get the initial engage at first, run that because that's the thing too. It goes for about people drop off between 6 and 13 seconds. I found. So that's the short form. So if you drag out the video and nothing that you want that's entertaining starts later,
That's
so if you have a video that can be 30 seconds long or 20 seconds long, and you've got that one thing that you want someone to see, you don't have it at the end, unless you know that it's at the right end where someone will skip to the end. Like that's in long form content. So if you're doing like a 5 minute video, 10 minute video, 20 minute video, if you want something to see something that's really important to them to see, you got to have it at that last like minute.
Yeah.
If you really want to have that impact, so then if people do skip to the end, they get to see that important bit. Otherwise, it's the initial start. If you want people to stay through the whole video,
Some
you gotta.
people do just skip it and watch for certain things happening, then just let it play from.
Yep. So you got to have those flashes, those engages, those little jumps, and that's what Mark Rober does. He learnt that, and that's why I've been finding. I definitely see it now. Once you start doing it, you do see it because I've been looking at the algorithm, and I found that I did some edits, not means. And this was the one thing that helped with the gameplay videos as well for montages. Is that the things that I wanted or I found was personally funny were towards the end when I put them in there weren't getting numbers because people were leaving in that first. They'll get the initial haha because they'll see like some of the action and they're like, okay, I'm done, and I'll scroll on, so they only see the first 6 seconds. So then what you would have to do is either cut that so it happens sooner, so then they stay that extra 6 seconds and then they'd see all of it, or you had that part that you want them to see the most at the start, so they at least see that, and then everything else you have is just like kind of crap. It's like filler. So you have the initial play, and then if it gets them the first time, then they'll stay through the whole video going, oh, maybe there might be more of this because that was actually funny, not just funny. Or that was like engaging.
Also, people with personality can do a whole video. It's all content.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Well, that's the thing too. No, but that's the other thing.
There's nothing of filler in his videos.
No. And that's the thing though. Like you could have that and be engaging, but you could still have someone watch for 1 minute and then drop off because it's TikTok brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's just them not liking that. Like them at all.
Like, not even that. Not even that. There's literally people that will like them, but there's sometimes I'm like that. Like, oh, I like this guy. Press play. Like it could be a PewDiePie video that I like. I like PewDiePie, or I like Markiplier. But I'll put on the video.
It depends on what the subject is.
Yeah,
like, you probably don't like that thing.
Like sometimes you'll skip, or sometimes you'll watch.
You know by the thumbnail or the title. So
yeah, I mean it varies, and that's the thing. You can't. Now that's the problem is you can't always play upon that being the factor of it's someone that they like. You got to work on the brain that. It's like I said, it's poop brain, especially with a lot of people. If you want to get a lot of those kind of interactions, at least,
fucking
or people
TikTok
talking about it, you got to have that. It does suck, but it's always. But the thing is, though, they statistically have shown
people's attention spans are fucked.
Well, that's the thing. It's not even TikTok. Technically, they've shown people's brains have always been like that. That's how ads are engaging. That's how ads work. They get that initial, like, bam, get you something to remind you, to get you drawn in, go, oh, what's this ad? And then you get hooked, and you watch it, and you go, oh, okay, that's what that was. Oh, maybe I'll look into that. Maybe I won't. And that's how things are made. Once you know how that works, it works. You know, once you're in that spot,
you got that
the right
fucking
thing.
Minecraft thing in the background playing. It's like,
yeah, like trying to keep people interested. Like clearly, yeah. But like it's once you know what's going on, like it's forcing it. That's in a sense of forcing the algorithm to work for you, so you're being fed because it brings the numbers. It's a whole cycle of things, and this stuff here, I'm literally learning from it, and this is stuff that like literally giving out anyone free information that you can find. Like this is stuff that like these courses and shit try and teach people.
I know half that anyway because fuck, I fucking watch enough things.
Yeah. And it's definitely like it's crazy though, but it's just like once you actually see it working, I just realized, fuck, I got Segway 980 HD brain. I just realized my pants blended with the couch. They're the exact same green. Sorry, I just looked down because I put the tissue down. I just looked and realized my pants are my pants and the couch are the same. Look.
Fuck it.
It's the exact same green. It matches. Like it's only the crinkle in the shadow that you can see why it's like.
Hey, look, we both got green mice.
Yeah, my Razer mouse. Sorry.
The green mice
yes, ADHD roam. But no, so it's working for me. So I'm having fun with it. But that's just general with most content, and it does work. Once you find, it's definitely finding what you enjoy, what you do. Like that's what worked for Pat. He used what he found. It became a lot of work for him. That's why he's retired at the end. That's not even really related to what I'm talking about, but it is kind of related.
He hasn't retired. He just stepped back.
He just stepped back. Basically, what people keep going on, oh, he's retired. Or it's like, all he's done is step back from game theory because
He's retired from the screen, not the rest
Yeah,
of it. Like he's still doing stuff.
like, well, that's the thing.
But
Like,
someone else is doing the.
making YouTube was fun for him at first. Making those game theories was a fun hobby little thing. Then that became work. So what he's retired from is he's retired from making game theory and that kind of stuff because that was no longer
Yeah.
a hobby. That was
He's still writing
like,
and all that. Like,
well, that's the thing. Doing game theory, film theory, all that kind of stuff. That was his job. That became his job. So what he does is he's now like he still does YouTube. He can still make videos, but like he's doing at a pace that he's enjoying it. Like that's why you see him appearing in people's videos and be like, oh, it's like everyone gets all weird and triggered, be like, oh, he's come out of retirement. It's like, no, he's still doing content. It's just he's not doing game theory. Like he's not doing YouTube as a job now. He's
yeah,
it's like us doing the podcast. Like we say, for example, like it's like, oh, we did a podcast, we became successful, we had like a radio show, kind of, actual thing of making money. We're like, okay, we're going to retire now. And then I go make another podcast. It's like, I've retired from the Beardy Bros making money as a job, doing it as work, but it does not stop me from doing another podcast or creating a new one like that as a fun thing. Like that's, I've retired, but I don't know how people can't grasp that concept. Like it's, I don't know.
I don't know.
Like,
because we can't think like that. We don't think like that.
Like people just, it's like common sense. I feel like, and people just can't grasp it. Let me mute that again.
It's also if they can process as well, like what was said, like what was done. Like if they can't process it, they have no fucking idea.
Apparently, some people are just too dense to really process anything. Honestly, it boggles my mind. It literally boggles my mind.
That's what TikTok's for.
Like literally, like even the stuff
I'm TikTok's done. That and fucking any short really.
Like that's like with my course I'm doing at the moment. We're learning stuff. We're learning like social skills and all these things in the workplace. I'm like, half this stuff, like it's weird when you go do a questionnaire because I'm like, it's weird to answer these things. But then when you like look at it, it's like all this stuff we're doing is common sense that anyone should be. Don't be a dick at the workplace. Don't call, be polite. Show up on time. Like it's general shit.
People now don't get that. They do that.
That's what I mean. Like it's sad that this is a part of a core subject that we've got to learn these things, which are fucking should be
we learned that
common sense.
20 fucking years ago.
We didn't even need to learn. Like we naturally learned it. You learned to not be a dick.
We naturally learn.
Like it's common sense. Like show up on time. Be responsible. Help people. Like that's common sense. Like it's sad that we've in this world now that we're gonna learn to understand how to respect people in the workplace and like fucking, show up appropriately. It's like it's really things that we need to learn. Like,
common sense. We've done that for generations without an issue until now. It's
boggling my mind. Like, how should you communicate with someone? If someone asks you a question, you should reply. Well, no, you should respond to them. Or you just stand there and stare at them and say nothing. Like,
I mean, you can just look at the kids nowadays and they're fucking smoking at like 14, doing vapes at like fucking 15. Like,
fucking ridiculous how fucked the world is and how dumb it's getting and how tight. Like, I feel like we are, like, I do need to watch that movie again, fucking Idiocracy. But people keep saying, like, keep relating to it. It's like, I haven't watched it in a while, but, like, I guess that's where people keep saying relating to it. Like, oh, I feel like we're going down the route of Idiocracy. Like, we most probably are. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
Fucking ridiculous how dumb the world's getting. And what I wanted to get onto, which was saying I'll leave it for the potty, was fucking the latest fucking Helldivers nonsense related to me talking about Helldiver content. My lord, you've been following a lot of that too, haven't you? Or the Helldivers.
I don't give a shit. Just make your fucking account and shut up.
I know, like, but it's like not even that. Like
that's all I think.
Like we've had the new patch update come through, and there's like, well, it's just everything. There's the new patch that came through, and things got buffed and nerfed, and people have lost their mind. Even so, we had that happen last time. Remember how we talked about last time a couple of episodes ago when the last patch they did.
You know why they're losing their minds though, right?
Oh.
Because it's not an easier ride. They're leveling it out.
Like it's always changing though. Just because it's changed
a challenge.
Now. Like, well, not just that. Like
you don't want it easy. You don't want to just one tap every fucking thing.
Yeah, well, it's that. But at the same time, they got to understand it. how do you think things like okay, it's a simulation that's making fun of the real world, the military, things like that, like government stuff like that. It's a parody of all that kind of stuff. Do you think if you watch those movies and those things, do they realize things weren't smooth? Like things just weren't
It's actually
overpowered?
based off Starship Troopers because that was pretty much
Like
doing the
literally
same
in
thing.
Starship Troopers, 100% makes sense. Like when you start looking at it, like and that's the funny thing is people lost their minds a little bit over the last update. Like I said when we talked about it a while ago, where there was only a few weapons they changed. You know they've done a few more and a few more changes. So everything's a bit larger and changes, and people are losing their mind even more so over it. But it makes
Oh,
sense
get 'em.
when you start looking at it. It's only when it sounds large when you look at it, but when you experience it, it's such minor little things that
I
it
was
literally
playing when
affects
they
nothing.
patched it, and it's fine.
I haven't played it, but the last time with the other one felt no different. I only felt a slight little extra run through on using the ammo. But when you think of it from a story perspective, all these changes make sense because you're not
they're
always going to
just
have.
tweaking things. Like,
Well, not just that, not necessarily tweaking things, but like from a thing, you're going to think, okay, we have weapons and ammo supplied to us. You know, think a little bit deeper with it. Okay, this is working great. Oh shit, why are our guns not working better? Why are the ammo doing shit? Do you ever think maybe in the grand scheme of things the factories aren't producing the better quality ammo? You know, think a little bit
I mean,
deeper
they're
with it.
also
You know,
tweaking stuff, like fixing
the
things
guns are
and
being
like
improved. Like realistically, these factories are having
reworking
shorts.
some
You
things and
know,
sending them off. And
yeah, like exactly. Like think, and that's what this game is like. What Helldivers has been about a lot more is about growing lore and growing lore with the community. These people RP, and like I've said in the as well in the previous episode, is
no,
we RP it out.
these nerfs have nothing to do with that. These things are literally broken weapons
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they're
yeah.
finally fixing
But it makes sense though with
and,
some tweaks that these
and
things
still
become a.
tweaking because they get the balance right. You don't want to be OP or underperform. Like
That's
you
exactly
want to
it.
get the sweet
That's what
spot,
I'm saying
which
though.
I'm still trying to figure out because I was playing it like
Yeah,
no gun is OP now, which is good.
yeah,
Like there's no fucking meta weapons now. I
yeah.
don't think.
Well, that's what
Although
I'm
my
saying.
fucking spear needs work, they still got to
Yeah,
patch that
but that's what I'm saying though.
because
In
I'm trying to lock on, it doesn't lock on.
yep, it just doesn't do anything. But
I'm like, fix the fucking spear.
well, there's so much they got to keep tweaking. But that's what I mean though. If in lore of things, just making a general law of any kind of law, not necessarily being their law, but in general law, no one's gonna have OP weapons. That's what I'm getting at. It's like they're not gonna make these guns super OP, being like, oh,
No,
here comes Johnson. He's gonna pull out this dick, and you know, just like, ah, oh, bam, 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 everyone's dead. Let's fly. Yep, victory done. Like that's not gonna happen in Starship Troopers. You know, you're not gonna watch Starship
I mean,
Troopers.
yes, you can do that,
Yeah, but it's not
but
gonna
a
like any.
you're just got to be a good player,
That's
not
not exactly
a
it.
shit player with a good weapon.
Exactly it. Like it's exactly it, and that's the thing. Like you're not going to see these. Okay, they might write a character in a movie that ends up being OP, but that's because he's either going to get killed later for a joke, or it's just
It's fucking plot armor. That's all that is.
yeah. And that's basically what it comes down to. Is you can't
Like
have a game
like in Dragon
that's
Ball
trying
Z, Goku dies, he comes back because
yeah.
the whole thing's about Goku. Like,
So that's the thing. That's exactly it. So like that's what I feel like when you do games like this, you can't have. Okay, yeah, it's all PVE. You can't have like, oh, you know, it's a PvE game. Why can't we have OP
you
weapons?
still got to balance it out.
You're gonna have balance because then everyone in the team's gonna have that one gun. You're gonna come into a mission that takes 40 minutes, clear it in 10 minutes, then have everything done, and then just be gone. Like, what's the fun in that? There's no fun in that. There's no arguments, hassle, nonsense jokes. You know, the whole thing. I know one of the patches that they did, which was kind of shit. The only thing I thought was shit out of one of the videos I saw recently, I don't know if it was this patch or a patch before, which I'm hoping they patched out, is that the fact that the party host can like just exit at any point in time during the mission, and it takes everyone back to the ship. That's fucked. Like that, I can understand being fucked. Kicking a team member, like kicking a team member, I'm still fine with that. Like that makes sense because that's designed for someone to be toxic or whatever. Kick him from the party.
Yeah, I
That's
think they
fine.
fixed that in this one.
But like,
I think
but
they
having the
fixed a lot
party,
of issues.
yeah, but like having the
It's like,
party leader just be like, "Oh, I gotta
mm.
leave, guys. Sorry, you know." Because I know when we early on when we played, when we either had an issue, like if one of us crashed or someone had to leave, we could just leave and it would migrate the host to someone else. The next player that joined you would be the new host. So then you could all still play together, and you know if you had a dip, you know if you couldn't be in the match or something like that. So it's just kind of shit. Like that was assist that was in the game. That
But
yeah,
what people don't know is games are built on code.
yeah,
If you change something, just one or zero, just one them is off.
Yeah.
Because many things, and like I said, like this fucking like Arrowhead Studios are a little indie team, and they got to take on all this fucking pressure from millions of people. And like they missed one little fucking thing, and they could throw something out, and they got to fix that, and then throws another thing out. They got to fix that, throws another thing out. Like it fucking happens.
Yeah.
They'll fix it all eventually. Like, just stop complaining about it.
I know, but the biggest
they all know about it. They're trying to fix it.
Yeah, but the biggest issue now at the moment is what's the new thing that's getting me. Besides that, in the recent thing, because it was a part of the new patch, which was already in there from the get-go, because plenty of other people have already said this from the get-go when it launched day one with the PSN account. So when it first dropped for Steam, people that wanted to play Helldivers had to create a PSN account so they could play it. And then now it's being updated again. It's basically being updated and reaffirming to people. And now people are losing their minds. People are going to Twitter, complaining, carrying on. Like, okay, I can understand a region issue. That they'll work out when they come back to it. That's the thing. Work on one issue first and then come back to it. But the big problem people keep forgetting, okay, I don't want to make a PSN account. Why should we make a PSN account? Okay, Helldivers. What network do you think it runs on? It runs on the fucking PlayStation Network to play its fucking games. You can't play on any other network and expect you can connect and not play together. Like, did it freeze? Oh no, I think it froze. Jim! Is it frozen? Are you back?
Yeah, you're frozen.
I'm frozen, we're back.
You like this.
There we go, we're back. But like, you know what I mean though?
Here.
Like, it's fucking hilarious. There you go, you're back, I can hear.
You're back.
Yeah. So what I was saying was, it's like, okay, you're playing on Steam. That's cool. Helldivers is a PlayStation game. You want to play crossplay, you have to play basically crossplay. You want to play on any of the other servers. The Helldivers servers aren't on Steam servers, they're on PlayStation Network servers. Even though you're playing on Steam, it's on the PlayStation Network servers. So you want to play any of the game, you needed to connect to that so you could get access to the servers. If you're not going to... Like, that's why I don't get how these people are grasping the concept, being like, never did this before. Well, actually, you did. There was a weird cull period because clearly there was an issue with updates, so you didn't need to confirm it. Now you need to confirm that you actually have a PSN account, and now it's a big issue that everyone's having their mind lost over. And apparently now everyone's going on this big tirade of now being like, I'm changing my review from a positive to a negative. I'm sorry, once you made a review, and then you reviewed that fucking, like, 2-3 months ago, you shouldn't be allowed to go back, modify your review, and then I'll give it a down vote.
You're also trying to refund it.
And not getting weird pony conspiracy theory here, but I feel like all these Xbots are now coming out of the woodworks and now getting an excuse to try and jump on the board and make something out of nothing. Because, like, Sea of Thieves, you want to play Sea of Thieves on PlayStation? Hey, guess what? You got to log into your Microsoft account to play it. So, you know...
Yeah, you use Microsoft's account, yeah. Or an Xbox thing, whatever it is.
Yeah. So you got to, like, log into that to verify. Because, again...
Just shut the fuck up.
Again, do you know why you got to log into an Xbox account? Because the game still runs on Microsoft servers. They run on Xbox servers. There's no other separate servers for PlayStation. It's run by and owned by Xbox. They have the servers. You're connecting to play with the other players.
Because of the crossplay. If it wasn't crossplay, it would be on PS servers. But
I don't think it would be on PS servers.
So it's on...
Because Rare's Xbox, and then Xbox would have had separate dedicated servers, or if not, no servers at all.
No, like, but like, they'd have to have PlayStation servers.
Like it would have been run by Xbox.
Rare runs them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be their own servers though, like PlayStation servers.
It would have been a weird thing. But that's the same thing. Even with Helldivers, like it's the same thing. It's still like there'd be servers that would run, but they're owned by PlayStation because it's their, for Helldivers. And that's like with any of these games. Like, I own fucking, like, Red Dead and GTA on Epic, but I still had to connect it to my Rockstar account. Once they're linked, they're linked. You don't have to worry about it. It's done, dusted. Like most people are saying.
That's the thing, like, for this PlayStation PC thing, you just need an email. That's it to make the account.
They're saying, they literally said, if you need it, like I said, make a PSN account. If you need to give a location, just say it's in the United States or somewhere where it's allowed, and just be done with it. That's all you got to do. Just make an account.
It's a free account.
It doesn't know.
Everyone's saying, Sony gets hacked. I'm like...
and nothing else does.
You say Microsoft don't admit when they've been hacked.
And that's another thing when they keep going on about all this, because if you notice, with all the stuff that keeps going on, you never hear anyone going, "Oh, you really ever like people?" Okay, people know Sony gets hacked. We know everyone Xbox hacks, but you know, there's the one. What's the one fan base that always talks about Sony getting hacked?
Xbox.
Exactly. And who are all these people complaining? Because they probably can't play it on their fucking Xbox.
I wouldn't call them all exports, because some might just be PC only, and they now need a PSN account, which
yeah. But most of them should. But most of them, if they're playing other games,
if you're playing a PlayStation game, you should need a fucking PlayStation account, because
you're using their servers. Like, it's tracking their data. All these games are tracking data. You're always tracking data. They need to know them. I'm
pretty sure they're adding trophy support to PC games, like for their
that
games.
too.
Like you need a PSN account.
I don't know. I don't get how they think. Like, they're going on being all like, "Oh, it's going on security." Well, again,
I wonder if ours are just our accounts just linked to PC now.
Yeah. You link them all up. You can. Once you log in, it's all linked up. Then it's all. That's the other thing too. Okay, so you're worried about wanting to link up. Okay, fine. Don't link your PSN account. What do you think is going to happen when you want to go over to fucking Helldivers on on your PlayStation if you buy a PlayStation down the track and want to play Helldivers? You're not going to have your shit because it's not going to transfer the fucking data across because you don't want to agree to the fucking crossplay, cross transactions, cross fucking transferring. You know what I mean? Like, fuck people. Use your fucking head. Like.
Right.
It's fucking dumb. And there was like this one dude was complaining, and all he's done is just complain he was like on stream and he's complaining. And everyone goes, "Oh, he should be right. He knows what it's like because he's a game developer." Dude shouldn't be playing games on Twitch and fucking making his game then. If everyone's carrying on like, if he wants to carry on being a game developer, go on then. You make a fucking game then if you're a game developer. Stop whinging about this game just because they made a decision on what they want to do.
They can't.
Like, stop criticizing someone else's game. Just because, you're enjoying playing it now, it's like, "Oh, I'm no longer going to enjoy this. I'm going to tell my fan base not to." Fuck you then. Don't be a cunt. Like, just because you're not enjoying it doesn't mean you have to be a dick. Like, I do like one of them, how one of the...
But then again, like, people, stop having fun. Like...
Yeah. And then it's so funny because...
they're not having fun. Everyone else has to fucking suffer as well.
And there's all these people, like... On like a lot of the socials commenting, going like, "Oh, if you can't see what the problem is, you're not a real gamer." It's like, bruh, you don't even know what's going on. You don't even know what the issue is. Like, you literally don't even know gaming. You're saying, "Oh, if you don't get what the situation is, you're not a real gamer." It's like, bruh, you're not a real gamer because if you were a real gamer, you know how the fucking system works and why these things are in place. Hey, it may not sound great, but there's reasons why these things happen. There's reasons you got to connect all these things up. You have to. It says it in the agreements. Like, it's always been there.
You have to. Like,
that's what I don't get. Okay, then fine. Like, don't play it then.
It's just hidden behind other things, usually.
Like, going on about it, it's like, fuck. It's like, how else do you think you're going to play? Okay, don't have a PSN account. You won't be able to play anyway, because even if you didn't need a PSN account, you couldn't play because you'd be hypocritical because you're on their network. Like, what do you think the server... Okay, yeah, you download it on Steam. Where do you think that came from? Steam just didn't have it sitting there going, "Oh, yeah, sweet." Like, you would have had it would have come from their network. Like, it's a fucking place. It literally, I can understand if it's a third-party game. Like, that's the thing. I can understand if it was a third-party game made by some random company and be like, "Oh, you need to now sign in with a PSN account to play this game." That I can understand being an issue. Because it's not a PlayStation game.
That's already a thing. If you get an Ubisoft game, a 2K game, you need a 2K account, an Ubisoft account, just to play a game. Otherwise, you can't get on there.
Yep. Like, it's already been a thing. Like,
what's the fucking difference?
But like I'm saying, like, that's what I'm saying. Though, it feels like, I don't know, what's the third party game out there? What's the big third party game that everyone play? Like, that's
Call of Duty. Like, you actually need an Activision Blizzard account. Like, you need a Blizzard account or something for that. Like,
yeah. So there's that. So let's say for all of a sudden now, because they're owned by Xbox, you're on Steam. You play. Well, let's say it's on Steam. Which it's not even on Steam anymore, so I don't even know what the deal is. It's literally on a different launcher. But
wow! Yeah, I just looked at Helldivers 2. It's now, recent reviews mostly negative.
Yeah. It's just, and this shouldn't be happening. This shouldn't be allowed to happen for a game that's now been out for ages that had great reviews. Like, this should all be classified as being like review bombing. This should be classified as review bombing because it clearly is. These people have no idea what they're talking about.
I don't fucking get it.
But fuck them. If they're going to be like that, I said to a lot of people, I said, like, go fuck yourself. Literally fuck yourself. Like, fuck yous. You know, you clearly didn't like this game. If you're gonna turn so quickly because there's an issue like this that you can't wait to see if they're gonna resolve it or do anything, go fuck yourself. Like, you clearly weren't a fan of the game to begin with. Like, I haven't played the game in like 2 months. I'm fine with what they're doing. It makes sense. Like, I'll get back to it when I get back to it. But everything they've done has been in line. It's just Sony did this decision. It's not even the developers. That's the worst problem. It wasn't even the developers made this choice. It's Sony because, again, you have to connect to the network to play. It's protocols. Like, they're just going to let
I don't get it. Just, you got to put you can put any email in there. Like, you can use a fake email and fucking account. Like, I don't...
Like, a lot of people said that. It's really not that hard. You can have any region. It doesn't need to be anything fancy.
This first played 160 hours, right? He goes, I was so busy having fun that I forgot about corporate greed for a moment. Not recommended. Like, bro.
Like, I don't know. There's not even corporate. That's what I don't get from it. Where's the greed? Why is it greedy?
They want your email? Like,
that's what I don't get. Like, and then one person was trying to make this whole bullshit story being like, this is where they get you. They give you a game. They don't have you registered to link to your account. Then you register your PSN account.
What people don't know is this was announced on launch day that this was going to happen. So why now are they?
Yeah, and most people even then at launch for Steam had to sign in with a PSN account anyway. Some people already registered and did it for that reason.
There was issues doing this. That's why it wasn't there at launch.
But there's literally a content creator. I don't know who they are. It wasn't even, I don't want to say content creators. There's at least some content I watched on TikTok, and it was mostly on YouTube and stuff as well. Wouldn't be surprised where it was. But yeah, literally their theory to this whole system was they'll try to treat it like drugs. Basically, it's like first I'll make you buy a game, or like you buy a game, then you have to sign up and link your account to it.
Like drugs?
No, but listen. I'll explain it. So you know how like the typical thing is like, oh, you smoke cigarettes, then you smoke marijuana. Next bit you're doing heroin and meth and ice. You know that's the whole typical, thing that they talk about doing drugs. You know how like they always the tangents they go on about. That's that kind of thing. So basically, this is how it was. First it goes. This is the same kind of tangent. It was first you get a game that's free. Then you're gonna not free, but like you can get a game you can play. You don't need any sign-ins. Then you sign into a PSN account, which then are going to force you to go into the PSN. Next minute you're like they force you to have a PSN account. So next minute you're buying a PlayStation and you're buying PlayStation games. It's like how? Just because you have a PSN account doesn't mean you're buying PlayStation games. And then now you're only buying PlayStation. It's just an email. How are you signing up to an account and next minute you're buying PlayStation game? How do you get to that? Like, oh, I'm going to make an Oblivion account. Oh no, I've just bought myself a 12-month subscription to World of Warcraft even though I'm not going to play it. Like
they call out Sony for this, but they should call out Activision Blizzard.
Like,
I think Bethesda dropped their Bethesda thing.
Yeah, they did. Their subscription thing. They're not doing that anymore. They're going to make...
Rockstar has a launcher, like you have to use Rockstar's own thing to play like Max Payne on Steam.
EA,
Ubisoft, fucking, like, they all fucking have something. But now Sony has one. They're like...
Not even has one. Not even has one. It's
idiots.
just to verify so you can cross-play. And make sure everything's connected properly so you don't lose your saves because it's on the PlayStation fucking network.
Fucking bunch of crybabies.
Oh.
So I'm going to go downvote Starfield now because they changed the game a little bit.
What game? Should I go? I don't even know I like Sea of Thieves. Should I go downvote Sea of Thieves because I have to log into an Xbox account on my PlayStation?
Yeah, fucking do it.
Like
same fucking thing.
Like I know, but I believe these people that are complaining are those that literally play Xbox, couldn't play Helldivers, so they had a PC as well, logged bought it on Steam because...
No, but Steam reviews are literally... you have to buy it though, so the...
Oh yeah, no, like, they literally, because they couldn't play, because they didn't want to buy a PlayStation, they had an Xbox, they had PC, they're like, fuck it, I want to play it, I'll buy it on Steam so I can play the game with my friends, because it's never going to come to Xbox. Man. Oh, it didn't work out because it's shit. Oh, I'm going to downvote it now. Like...
for one, it's just a quick 5-minute thing. Probably even less than that.
It's just fucking dumb.
Just gotta do your fucking thing, and you're
honestly,
free to play again. Like,
honestly, good riddance.
It's not changing anything. It's just...
I don't hope these people get their refunds, but I just hope they fuck off then. If they're going to be like this, I don't want them in the game I play. You know what I mean? I don't want these type of
No.
people. I don't want this kind of toxic in a game that I like. They can fuck off. Like I don't have anything to do with the company or anything, but like this is the game I like.
Honestly, Steam took down the reviews that were done from now. Like they just
I hope they go over and clear it up because it's just literally like a raid. It's literally a big raid happening. It's just a big negative. It's literally review bombing. Right now, it's review bombing. And you know how many people are willing to do this because they're Xbots, because they bought it.
A lot of people.
Like
there's 100,000 people who just put it to negative.
Yeah. Like
that's a lot of fucking people. 100 odd K.
I mean, it did have millions of players, so we do know, but you know.
Yeah, but now it's still mostly negative.
I don't fucking.
Once you actually reviewed it.
I think, like I said, I think once you've made a review, you shouldn't be able to go back and edit it. I feel like what you should do is if you do go back to a review and edit it, it needs to be submitted and it needs to be reviewed by a person to go, okay, why is this being re-reviewed? You've given it a review. Why is it being edited? It needs to be either reviewed by someone or be denied.
The only exception would be like an early access game going full launch or something.
Yes.
But like
that I can understand, especially if you've come back after a couple of months.
Helldivers, that launch complete.
Yeah. Like
you
I feel like
do a second review, like just redo.
I feel like if you've made a review should be locked. I'm hoping Steam now goes forward with something and implements something where they lock reviews. Once you've made a review, that's it. So it makes people be more thoughtful about their reviews they make. You know what I mean? And if they want to go back and say something negative, they need to make a topic because you can make topic and chats in Steam, and that's the only way they can.
They remind me of. I'm going. Can I speak to your manager?
Yeah. Literally.
They just say that, like...
Literally, it's like, they bought a fucking toaster, worked great for 7 years, they fucking had water spill on it, and they're like, oh, I like to return my toaster, it doesn't work anymore. No, you need to give me my money back because it doesn't work, and under policy, I have my receipt. It's like, you bought this 7 years ago. It doesn't matter, I bought it 7 years ago. It doesn't work, it should be working, give me a new toaster or my money back. Like, that's what it feels like. Because it stopped working a little bit the way it should be.
Petty bullshit. Like, just put any email in, press accept, and you're fine. Just keep playing. Like, it's not going to change anything.
It's ridiculous. It's fucking.
Like, I'm going to make mine just on principle, because hey, I play PlayStation games on PC.
Like I said, like okay, like that's like me. Like, I know I can go back and change at any point in time, but like, I made my review for Suicide Squad. I gave it what I gave it. I put up on the website. In a short time frame, I did go back and slightly adjust it, but then we played more of it and found like it was worse, and I gave it a different review personally, and I've said different things about it. But I didn't go back over my review and change it. Even though I could go and then delete it if I wanted to. I run the website. But it's what I made. It's morally, that's what I gave it. At the time, when I played it, it would have to be a separate review now, and related to a different version of the game.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're going to... Like, it would have to be, this is my review now as of patch X amount, blah, blah, blah. You know, this is what the game I feel like is now. You know what I mean? Or it would be a review on like...
That game's get no more content now. Like, they had that season 1 and it's done.
Well, the season 1, I don't know what's going on because it's supposed to be spaced out by every month or 2 months or something. So I don't know. I haven't been back on. But like, that's the thing.
No, it's like once every 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. But so like, that's the thing.
That first season it's in the fucking shitter that they're doing no more.
I haven't even been on. I haven't even touched it since. It's like packed away somewhere. But like, that's the thing.
The fact that you had to do the whole battle pass right to get the Joker right at the end.
Yeah.
And it took playing the same missions over and over again just to do it for like 10, 20 hours. No.
So stupid. It's so stupid.
Well, you could buy him.
Yeah.
You could buy him and then do him.
That's what I was curious about the token I had. I was curious if I redeemed my token, did it just immediately unlock him or did it just give me the pass and I had to grind through it? Like, that's what I was curious about.
Yeah. Buy him. Or you have to grind for him.
Yeah, because...
Or do all the story again and then...
Yeah. Because I haven't looked, because I got the deluxe,
like,
whatever the fucking thing it was, but yeah. And I got a redeem token or something.
It's dog shit.
But like that...
no one's even talking about the game anymore.
I know. It's still been a regular talk about Helldivers. Helldivers never slowed down. Helldivers is just going to keep going. Even now, like, it's finally got negative reviews. Like, it's finally now got some massive negative reviews.
I played it for 7 hours.
But one of the, I think it was on Twitter.
7 hours?
One of the developers replied, to someone on Twitter. Someone had in a rant, and the dev replied with that the dog sitting around with fire, and it's just like, I'm fine. He just sent that to someone. He was just like, I'm fine. I was like, that's fucking hilarious. Like, honestly, it's only realistically with him.
I fucking love the CEO, man. He doesn't care.
No, he's like, we're unaware of this. We're going to try and resolve this
bullshit.
issue. Like, yeah, that's it. Like, he's like, we'll try and resolve the issue the best we can, but there's not much we can do. It's not our fault. It's Sony's policies. Like, that's what they've said to do. We'll figure out a solution when it comes to that for those that are region.
Rockstar's done the exact same thing.
Yeah. Like,
hey, you maybe play Sea of Thieves, link an Xbox account.
And the other thing too is like they're having a go at Sony because like, oh, I can't play this. I can't access PlayStation in my country. Well, don't have a go at Sony. It's not Sony's fault they can't be accessed in your country. That's your country. That's your country has a problem with Sony. You know what I mean? Like, Sony would like to be worldwide, personally.
I mean, it's both. Except Sony don't want to change anything about the game to make it run in their country, like some censorship stuff, which no one wants that.
Well, yeah, it might be that, but no, but there's like some countries in general where Sony's not allowed at all, like, for anything, like, in some countries. Like, Sony's banned for some weird reason, I guess because they're Japanese.
Yeah, that's like third world countries, though. Like, it's nothing major, I don't think.
Yeah.
Because I know Sony's in every fucking country. Like
most countries, yeah. There's just some countries that literally Sony is banned because there's people have been saying that. Like, it's like, how am I supposed to like Sony isn't even a thing here, you know? Which makes sense why they got it on Steam. You know, they're playing on PC. Is that someone at the door?
Yeah.
It's your dad at the door. Poked his head in. Old man poked his head in. But yeah, so I'm venting a lot this week. But yeah, it just does my head in how dumb people are. You got anything to vent about?
Nonsense.
Nonsense.
Fuck.
Like, but that's the thing, though.
Helldiver things. That's just pettiness. Like,
it literally went away from like seeing all these Xbox nonsense because I stopped getting in the algorithm on Twitter, which was great. Not really seeing half that stuff. Now it kind of is back again, but in the form of Helldivers. It's just like it's just wild.
Xbox, so like as a PC user, you shouldn't care. You've got so many fucking launchers and what's an extra fucking thing?
A real PC player wouldn't give two shits. I can tell you that now. I'm just gonna tell you that now. A real PC player wouldn't give two shits. They sign up to whatever they need to and play whatever they need to.
Yeah.
So.
Look, I don't like that I have to have an Ubisoft launcher, an EA launcher, a Rockstar launcher, Steam, an Epic, a GOG, but I've fucking got them.
Yeah. Because I can tell you now, a lot of those that may be complaining, literally all they're doing, most probably on their PC, on Steam, is most probably just playing Helldivers. And that's why it seems to be an issue for them, because like, all I want to do is just play Helldivers. Like, well, clearly not much of a gamer if that's all you're playing.
It's not that they don't. There's no PlayStation launcher. It's just a server thing. Email. Like, it's just between Steam and PlayStation. Like, they've got nothing to do with us. They just need the verification, like
exactly, just verify connect to the servers. So it is somewhat a security thing, but yeah,
it makes fucking sense.
The only way
all games have it.
Exactly, it's to verify. I don't know why it's hard issue to. I don't know.
We'll find out in the next week. I just hope that Steam fix a lot of shit because it's unfair to Arrow.
Yeah,
like.
Oh, hopefully they decline all the... Unless someone bought it recently. Hopefully they turn down all the refunds, definitely. Cause
like the dude had 160 hours. That's not fucking recent.
That's what I'm saying. That should be, like, non-refundable. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if someone bought it recently and only played for an hour, hey, and they jumped on recently and be like, oh, I kind of agree with these people, then go for it. That's fine. That's fair. Like, you only recently bought it. You're taking your opinion
10 hours? No.
Yeah, if you've put a fair... Because those games, like, a match is 40 minutes. So if you played for, like, an hour or so, you've done the tutorial, you've done a match, you've had an understanding of the game, you know, maybe you should play a little bit more.
That's enough to get the feel and go, nah, don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like people should play a couple of matches, so you're experiencing the Terminids, you're experiencing the Automatons.
At least one of each mission, like a Terminid and Automaton.
I've just been making the joke And like with some stuff as well, when I see a lot of it, it's just like I always just pop up every now and then when I reply as well. You know, they call people crybabies or say that they're automaton
They
propaganda.
are.
It's all automaton
I just
propaganda.
keep saying the world's fucking soft, man.
Yeah, we talked about that last week with shit. And I was talking to people about that now, like how soft it's gotten because there's confrontational emotes, and people are just like, what the fuck? Like it's just dumb. Like why does everything have to be confrontational? Like fuck me. Because you're confronting someone, it's confrontational. Oh my god!
Emotes. I was.
So you can't even confront. You can't even confront people anymore. Like you can't even confront someone and be like, "Hey, what's the go?" Oh, you're being too like. Fuck me.
Don't fucking cry about it.
Like, why is everyone so fucking soft and fucking? You get no growth without fucking feedback.
I don't know. I really don't know.
My head. But anyway, I've been rambling.
Some people need it.
You have the wheel for a bit. I've been fucking saying too much shit.
But this is about Helldivers. I was playing on Thursday.
Yep.
I played for like 6-7 hours with a few mates. I was like,
didn't even tell me playing it. No, it would have been. It was during the day or was it night? When were you playing anyway?
During the evening.
Evening. So what's Thursday?
Start about 5 p.m. I think.
Yeah.
4 p.m.
Should have flung me a message.
Between 3 and 5 p.m.
I would have maybe tried to jump on and see if it worked. It would have given me an excuse to test it. Because I only played the other day once and I haven't tried it again. See if it works properly.
You have your PS there, don't you? Like right now.
Yeah.
Oh, so I kind of say, Helldivers, go!
Yeah. I got the PlayStation hooked up. It's just Fortnite is fucking. I mean, technically, sorry, I've segued. Just sorry, I do apologize. Just jacked you again. The PlayStation runs so much better with Fortnite than my Xbox does. So, but then when that has problems,
in general, games run better on.
Yeah. So it's amazing. But anyway, go back to what you were saying. Just completely jacked.
But yeah, the thing. Playing Helldivers again, like, because I haven't played for like over a month, I realised. Like, I was still level 21.
Oh, shit. Like, I'm like 30 something, nearly 35, 36. I'm up there.
Yeah. I jumped on Thursday afternoon and it was like, yeah, let's play some... The friend I'm with is level 50.
Yeah, I know. I'm not even level 15 yet.
I'm level 21!
We're literal veterans, though. Like, we're literal veterans, and we're lower than half of these actual players that are out there. It's hilarious. We're the OGs. And there's people that aren't OGs that technically aren't OGs, because we're, like, day oneers. And, like, that are, like, higher than us now.
And I almost got 10 levels in that 6-7 hours.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes it right.
We were doing it on Helldive difficulty, and we were smashing them.
Yeah.
I think when you got a good team of 4, we tried the automatons on level 9.
Yeah, automatons are fast.
There's no point even attempting.
Yeah.
They had this massive dog roving fucking thing. I think it was the size of a fucking ship. And it was just on 4 legs. And just walking at me like...
I guess that was like the automaton's comparison to a Bile Titan. I'm guessing.
Yeah. It's a massive fucking dog, but you can land on it and attack it. But like,
oh, that's cool.
It shoots from more different directions.
I haven't actually looked at it yet. Does it look kind of like the AT-ATs? Was it like big like that?
A little bit smaller. A little bit, but like, it looks like a big dog.
Yep. I have to look. I haven't been on in ages. Like, I was literally making a meme for it, and I realized when I I had to work back to make sure the meme was relevant. I was like, it was a squad meme. So I was like, when you and the boys finally jumped back onto Helldivers after a couple of months, because I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, it has been like 2 months since I last played. It's been like ages.
All fucking fun in the world.
Yeah, it's a fun game, isn't it? Like, but you really do need. I find you do need your friends.
You have to log on though, because you got to claim all your medals and stuff.
Yeah. I last time when I logged on, I had so many stacked up that when I did claim, it was like going. I could see all my things pinging up because even though I haven't been on
daily orders that went off.
Like that's the thing. Even though I'm not on, I'm still participating in those daily orders because it's given out to a whole.
You're not getting every reward, but you're getting the community reward.
Yeah, exactly. So all the community stuff, I'm still earning. even though I'm not on because it's given for the community. So if you're a player, and no matter if you've been day dot, whenever you like, if you as long as you've been on since day dot, you've registered as being a trooper, a hell diver.
Well, as long as you've been on in the past, not like even new ones now, they won't get the stuff now, but they'll get it in the future. Like they'll get the future community stuff.
That's the thing. So I mean, like, because I've had like when I jumped on like that one day to check, I had all the previous like because I had so many war bonds and shit get unlocked from all the different community.
Yeah, they were just fucking.
There were so many of them. And I was like, holy shit! I had so many. And I'm like,
I had 250 medals, mate.
Yeah. I had heaps. I was like, fuck, I can buy so much shit. I can unlock so many things.
There's a new war bond out in 5 days too.
Okay. So yeah, I'll have to jump on and have a look.
There's 4 premium war bonds have been out. This is a new one coming, so like we got a lot to catch
already.
up on.
Fucking hell. Last time I was on they only recently dropped the third one.
We're on the 4th one now.
Oh my god, yeah, they only dropped
the 5th one comes out in 5 days.
That's how long I've been on, because literally the last time I was on, they just dropped the 3rd one. That's how long ago it was. They just dropped the 3rd one.
Mine was only the first one. Second.
No.
One.
First one? Second one.
I haven't played for over a month.
No, premium. It was the second premium.
This is fine.
Because there was the base one, the free one you got. There was the veterans, and then there was the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
That's when I stopped. I just went, oh, there's more!
Yeah, fuck me. But yeah, I have to jump back on and look at it, because I noticed that,
There's another one coming.
I definitely have to jump on. Because I've had updating. It's always updating on my PlayStation. I don't,
Yeah, they got patched every few days. Just fixing some bugs, some crashes, some hot fixes.
I might have a look on after this once I'm on the potty and have a skin.
I am going to buy it on PC at some point, because I want to play on PC as well.
I want to get it for PC as well, 100%.
It's only $60 fucking. Like,
I want to support the guys. Like, I love it. This is great.
Hey! I just on my arm.
But yeah, no. So I like
taste of freedom.
I like it. Like, my phone wallpaper is still a fucking Helldivers. Like,
I love blowing people's minds about the Spider-Man's voice number 2. And they're like, what? I went, yeah, it's fucking Yuri Lowenthal. And they're like, no. I'm like, he gives it so much fucking effort, man.
I know.
Compared to the other ones, I think like the other ones are just tame.
The commitment, he's screaming and so good.
Between that and Spider-Man 2, like his voice to be fucking.
Oh, she's dreaming hard.
Dead.
Millie's asleep.
Because even like Spider-Man 2, like he was going because of the symbiote suit. Like he was getting angry. He was getting like that roughness. Kind of like what is in Helldivers.
Yeah.
But a lot deeper, because it's not as I don't know, it's not as high. Because he was more angry in Spider-Man 2. So he had that roughness. But,
yeah, the whole Venom thing.
But no, I was playing it, loved it. Going back maybe tonight, playing some more.
Yeah, I'm gonna have like a jump on for sure. Because now that you said all these things, I'm like, fuck, I need to have a look. See how many war bonds and shit I've like stacked
I've almost unlocked all of my fucking stratagems.
Yeah, I already had that last time I was on, but I know there's new ones now. But I've got like all those credits.
Yeah, there's a few new ones.
I'm gonna go through and see what I can afford.
They added an airburst missile launcher.
God.
Well, you shoot a missile, it goes in an area.
That's cool.
Good for killing teammates.
Oh, I bet.
And there's a 380mm kaboom boom.
Oof. The big mini is a mini nuke.
Kills teammates.
Is that the new mini nuke? Because we had the 500, didn't we?
No, this is just like a thing from the ship. Just
just shoots a thing.
You know those little walker things and that. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those. But no, some cool new stratagems, some new weapons. So.
I know there's supposed to be more ship upgrades coming as well.
Yeah, I think there was some. There's some new. Oh, probably a couple.
Yep.
Well, I can't remember. Been that fucking long.
Yeah.
But we're just going on Helldive just for against the bugs, collecting all the
it's
the
good.
super rare samples and that.
Yeah.
All the rare shit.
It's funny to do.
All the commons.
I need to do that again. Go through and try and get me samples. Get Eddie on so he can get all samples for us. He loves his samples.
Who?
Eddie.
I'm not playing Beardy again. Fuck.
He loves his samples, doesn't he?
He makes the game so much fucking more difficult. Me with this new fucking squad, we don't get anywhere near as many deaths.
Yeah. He's not like
Although
team
we do
killer.
kind of separate into twos of twos, like team of twos.
That's not bad. Team of twos makes sense. That's still alright. At least you got yourself covered.
I mean, it's more someone chasing someone else, but like they're still in a group. So that if you're getting fucked up,
that's hilarious.
But like we have a set pattern. Like charges are no big issue now.
Yep.
They've also nerfed the charges. Like they have a big turn radius now and shit like that.
Yeah, because they shortened that for a minute there. They made that.
Wild Titans are still fucking annoying because you can. There's a thing now where it looks like they're not hitting you, but they are.
Oh.
Like because when they're looking when you're in front of it, it shoots like it's shooting down.
Yep.
But it's still coming forwards. So you're seeing that hit the ground, but you're getting hurt.
Yeah, because it doesn't
got
the animation right.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I think they've got to fix that very soon.
Yeah.
If they even know about it.
Either they'll fix it where you get the animation so you can see it hitting there, or they'll just call that head zone that it can't lower that far.
I'm pretty sure it's meant to be the new animation because it just goes a further more. It's more of an angle, not like out like that. It's more like that.
Yeah.
Because that thing was hit from a mile away. Like if it just went straight, like a few nerfs in that. The stalkers are more invisible now.
Oh wow.
They're way harder to see now. Like they're way harder.
God,
they're more transparent.
Oh god.
Also I've witnessed the tremors, the blizzards. I'm like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the fire tornadoes yet.
Oh, I was watching a clip of that. Actually, speaking of that with fire tornadoes, and this dude, I don't know, it was
fucking
funny.
Dangerous, man.
I don't know if it's because he was just shooting at it, but the dude had a gun and he had the incendiary bullets attached to it, and as he was shooting the fire tornadoes, they dissipated because he was shooting at it. And I wasn't too sure if it was actually, but it worked. It seemed to work. Everyone he kept appearing, he kept shooting at it. It would dissipate every time he kept shooting it with the incendiary rounds. So that might be a thing that actually works, which kind of makes sense. But I don't know. Kind of cool.
I have heard from some teammates that the fire tornadoes aren't to be. If they're on your planet, you're fucked because they like to chase people. Apparently, like they just chase you. I'm like, that shouldn't happen. They're tornadoes. Like they're just random.
And maybe it's just energy draws to. I don't know. It's weird.
But I was like, are they sentient tornadoes?
Yeah, like it's the Illuminate. It's the
I'm just waiting for the Illuminate and the aliens to come in because it's gonna be so fucking difficult.
Apparently, there's a lot of hints
because they're stronger than the automatons. Like they're like higher than them.
Yeah, apparently there's been a lot of glimpses of those around the different planets and usually in the skies and stuff like that.
We've already had the leaked images of them. They look fucking good too. Like.
So there are invisible ships
they look good.
Transparency ships flying around and observing the conflicts and stuff like that.
Observing what we're doing, what they're doing.
Yeah, what every side's doing.
They're going to take planet at some point.
Because it's interesting.
But there's a few defends happening right now, like go and defend a planet for like 24 hours and that.
The usual ones, yeah.
There's like one on the bugs and one on the automaton side. They just rotate the planets from every now and every few hours, every like day or so.
Makes sense.
But no, still fucking like I'm fucking loving it. Like I played 7 hours straight. Like we didn't take a break.
I know that's what we were like though when we played things like that. We get into it and you just play 40 minutes per, like maybe 40 minutes per fucking planet.
Well, you don't realize because you have your set of 3 missions, but one's a 40, one's a 15, one's a like 30.
And you start going
and they just mesh in. It's like that goes like an hour and a half, like or an hour, like a bit of an hour. It's like,
yep. And you're like, oh, we've done that.
On to the next one.
Like... Exactly, it's crazy. Like, it's insane.
That's a sign of a good game, though.
That's exactly it.
COD, I couldn't do it to COD. Like, I just 7 hours on COD, nah.
No.
Them days are long gone.
The only time that works is when you're playing with friends and you're having a good time, like because you're all joking and laughing and.
Yeah, but even then, 7 hours is a bit much. For COD.
But so that's the thing. The only time that works is if you're literally with your friends. There's no way you could just make randoms and play by yourself. There's no way you're on that long.
With friends, maybe 3 to 4 hours, and you're talking like
you're really gonna
I'll
be
play
with your friends
something
having.
else.
That's the thing. You're really gonna be playing with your friends and having a really good time for it to be that long. As I'm saying though, it's like that's the
But
only
also, it's got
time
to
you'd
be
be on that
fun.
long.
Like, it's got to be actual enjoyable matches, not
Having a laugh and
hackers
bantering and
or
chuckle and that kind of stuff. It's the only time it works.
So then fucking COD days are gone now. Like,
Yeah.
they just.
It's crazy.
I haven't touched COD in like a year because I just don't like it now.
It's pretty meh.
Unless this new COD has a good campaign, I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
So. But another game I've been smashing recently. It's been a long time coming. Had a 13 year? Yeah, 2011. The last game was. I picked it up digitally and physically because I bought it physically, but I wasn't going to get here in time for the weekend. So I'm like, buy it digitally. But I've been playing some top spin.
Top spin.
Which I'm fucking loving it. I really am. Like, I used to play the old only the original top spin, not the 2, 3, or 4. I haven't played those yet. But I played the OG back on the original Xbox way back in like 2004 or 5.
Yeah, I know, because we were buying
a long time ago. Yes. But we now got 2K25. 13. I just wonder why it took 13 years to make a 5th one. Like, even though it's not the 5th, but like 2K25. It should have been sooner. Like, it just feels right. Like, playing this game, it just, I don't know. But of course, I was doing some online matches at like 5 or 6 o'clock this morning, and people rage quit after like a game or two. Like, hey, some free fucking wins. I'll take them. Because the thing is, like, I'll be like mid hit, mid serve, and the game will just end. It's like, and that's like, Roger Federer wins. I'm like,
that's crazy. That's just insane that happening.
Or the game would freeze for like a minute. It's like just frozen.
Wonder if like
just stand there like.
Wondering if like if it's people just literally quitting or if there's like connection losses or.
No, they're
literally quitting.
Servers are pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
They're literally quitting after I get a good little lead. They're like, nah, fuck. They're like, fuck this.
That's crazy.
I'll show you like a 2-minute clip that I recorded. Yeah. This was a match, and you'll see what happens. But like, I'll show you that after this. But yeah, everyone should play some top spin. It's the best fucking tennis game around. Like, nothing else compares to top spin.
Top spin, top spin.
Also, I did a movie hunt. Yeah. I found this collection of 5 movies, right? You wouldn't believe the fucking lineup. I was like, that's too good to be true. But you got Mouse Hunt, Polly, The Indian in the Cupboard. Imagine that, and Series of Unfortunate Events.
That's not bad.
All for like $10.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wanted all those movies, especially Mouse Hunt. That movie's just so fucking weird and good. Like, all these movies, man, them days are gone.
I know.
Like, even Paulie, I'm like, what the fuck? Tony Shalhoub's in this? He's playing a fucking Russian? Like, I was like, bruh, talking fucking parrot. Like, I've never actually seen that movie.
I know, it's crazy.
Still haven't seen it at all. I turned it off, but
Lenny Snicker seems a bit weird,
like
weird
early
for the collection.
2000. I mean, because that's a 5-pack, because that's 5 movies you don't have to pick up anymore. They're just all in one little.
Yeah, I just feel like that collection kind of makes sense, and then there's Lemony Snickets. It's just like, huh?
Yeah, the Lemony Snicket. I'm like, huh?
It's like.
Then again, it is like that weird, wacky, like Paulie Mouse Hunt.
I feel like if there was like,
I don't know why.
Like if it was like never-ending story would make sense if that make you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Or like maybe the Borrowers or Stuart Little, like that would feel more
Yeah,
in.
but
You know what I mean? But series of
especially
unfortunate
Stuart Little,
events.
because that makes more sense with the animal themes of like
Yeah,
Mouse Hunt and Big and Polly.
and then the whole Indian
Also,
in the
that
cupboard.
ended in the cupboard. I saw. Have you seen that?
Yeah, why not in a long time? But I watched
That
as a
movie's
kid.
fuck. I just saw a trailer of like Darth Vader fighting Jurassic Park fucking T Rex. I'm
Yeah,
like,
because he puts them in the cup and they all
and you
come to
had
life.
RoboCop shooting
Have
fucking something. I'm like,
Have you ever watched that or no?
no,
You've
I
never
haven't seen.
watched.
I am gonna watch it at some
It's
point,
good.
probably tomorrow or something.
I
But
don't.
like,
Well, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. Well, I mean, you actually did spoil it. Get it from the trailer. It actually explained everything, but it's
yeah, I
yeah.
saw the cupboard. Like, I
The
saw the
cupboard.
fucking like Darth Vader fighting a dinosaur with the
The
fucking
yeah.
lightsaber. Like,
The magical cupboard. It's pretty cool.
yeah,
Brings everything to
but
life.
kind of dive into that at some point. I got it for like 10, 15 bucks. Like,
Yeah.
considering Mouse Hunt alone is like $10.
Yeah.
And I've been waiting a little while for one of these other things.
Yep.
But it finally came up from Japan. But
Japan.
this one was on sale. I was like, I had to get it, but I got a.
Yes. On the water
It's
spout.
like he's trying to take a turd.
Goku on a water spout.
I don't. I don't know what it's fan.
It looked like we just.
No,
It
he's
looked
doing
like.
the Kamehameha from his feet.
I know. And I was saying, it looked like you know that when the water comes up and there's like that little spout of like
Oh
the
yeah.
yeah, it looked like he's sitting on one of those.
Like...
That's why I laughed about when I saw it. Oh, I was like, what are you doing sitting on water? It's like a fountain. So it's like, psh.
But
Yeah,
it's when he's fighting Demon King. No, it's when he's fighting Piccolo. He just wow.
blasting him.
Kamehameha's with his feet. Like it's so weird
It's
that he's never
hilarious.
done it again since. Only
Yeah,
that one time back in Dragon Ball.
that's crazy.
It's iconic. I had to grab it like for like 20 odd bucks.
Yeah, it's that's not bad.
It sits
It's
pretty
a good
high because
yeah.
he's on a big ass stand as well.
It's a good setup.
Hey, I'm not opposed to this.
No,
The figure itself though, like I just couldn't believe it. Looks nice.
couldn't believe
But
it.
and the other one, I'm waiting a little while for. But it's freaking Future Gohan finally
Yep.
turned up. The Master Lees, Ichiban
Yep.
Kuji,
Ichiban
which was
Kuji.
last month. Ichiban Kuji, I'm like, going for like $100.
Ichiban
Like,
Kujis.
boy. I like how their stands are now see through. Like they're kind of transparent. At least in this set. I don't know about future ones, but it's a nice little stand. Not too intrusive. Also, they actually gave you a little. They didn't promote this for all the promotional stuff, but
The hell?
well, it's future. He loses his arm in the history
Yep.
of Trunks, which is what he's from,
Yep. So
and
they
he
can
gets
actually.
his scar in his eye, and that like he gets
Yep.
a cut in his eye. He loses his arm, and it's pretty cool. They give you the option to take it off.
That's right.
They never promoted that.
Yep. It actually
So
pops out.
like the first people who bought theirs, when you unbox it, it comes like that
Thinking it was either missing the arm or it was broken
with
or
the arm
something.
behind. Yeah. Well,
That's
no,
funny.
because people who definitely know who it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Because everyone's wanting armless future Gohan because.
yeah. Because it's can.
But like the fact that they give you an arm if you want to display it like that, like.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I do want to watch it though because apparently it's fucking good.
Mm.
Albeit they changed his color of his shirt and
Yep.
his sash and his boots.
It's darker.
They're meant to be the same color as his armbands.
Yeah, isn't it? They go black. And it's meant to be blue, isn't it? Like a
It's meant to be as blue as that.
Yeah, and they made it
but-
black.
This is from a gritty timeline, like where Goku and all that's dead, and he's
Yeah.
a Trunks mentor. Like, so they went with the grittier look, which isn't fucking like. Still looks pretty fucking good.
Yep.
Like I'm not disappointed with it at all. Just they should have put the wristbands maybe the same color.
Yeah, so it actually made it look like the actual.
It is. It is what it is, though.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. How hard it would have been just made the wristbands black. Just go boom, you know.
It's not. It's not black. It's a very dark.
Like a navy.
You can see it there.
And then they're blue.
It's very dark.
That's what I'm saying. Like they could have just done the wristbands to match the rest of the outfit. Made it a little bit darker. But it's just one of those things.
But I almost had first Gohan's over.
Yeah.
There somewhere. Over there somewhere. Oh, it's above up there. But there's also another in the set. They finally done Mr. Satan.
Oh, yep.
He's a big boy. Like he's bigger than that. Like he's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
Oof. Well, he's in the anime in that. Like he's a big fuck. He's bigger than Goku in that. Like
yeah.
And Gohan.
They actually made him a big boy though, which is good.
Yeah, he's just a little bit bigger.
Not a mini statue.
Him just doing his pose, like his fucking victory pose like that.
Aha.
And there's another cell. Him doing the whole.
Oh, yep, the typical.
I'm alive. Like
that's the original pose.
And no, but there's also another Kuji coming out this month now, which has second form cell.
Oh, yep.
Big fucking fish lip cell.
Yep.
Doing the big bow when he's like, ha.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that's the pose. I'm like, oh, I need that.
That's the one thing actually I realised I haven't bought for a while and looked at was those fucking Ichibans.
Yeah.
Buy a ticket.
Yeah,
I should look at that again.
I said a ticket every now and again is not big and bad because everything's worth it. You just don't know what you're gonna fucking get until you fucking do it. But I have no more figures coming, so
yeah,
that's probably it until a little bit.
It for a little bit.
But we have heard about a house, so let's hope that gets sorted quicker than later.
Yeah, well that's it.
I can move, then I can start doing that again.
I know, because I got so many things as well for like unboxings and stuff. I wanted to try and start getting sorted. But I gotta finish off a few things so I can get like a bit of a setup going. So I can get back to it.
It's just that I just hate it because everything's boxed except for my figures.
Yeah.
Because I'm still using them for like comparisons to newer figures when I get them, so I can't pack them away just yet.
Yeah, I chucked my boxes a while back.
Hey?
I chucked my boxes.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're not going to sell them, so...
No.
I'm not either, but mine just sit nicely like in a thing like gap like that against my wall.
That's it.
My dresser, so... Just put them under the fucking bed if need be.
Yeah, well, that's it. I kept my, Yeah. I know, it's just one of those things. Some packaging is just like, don't need it.
Yeah.
Don't need it. I did feel bad, though, because I, with my Lego, but that's because I was like, I'm not going to need it. I had the book.
Oh, no.
But it was the pirate ship in the bottle. I ended up throwing the box out.
Oh, yeah.
And then I didn't realise it was like, till after I saw it, it was like one of the original last, like, Lego ideas that actually had the fancy artworks before they changed it. And I was like, no, I threw the box out. I had it sitting on my shelf for so long. I didn't care about it. And I was like, I'm moving. And I had to chuck things out. I'm like, I'll chuck it. And then I realised after, because I saw a post about it, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. It was like one of the last. Yeah, I was like, fuck. One of the last ones that was like iconic fucking designs. I was like, fuck me.
Hey, you didn't.
It's again, the end of the day, it's just a box. It's just a print. I can, I can still look at a photo of it online, so I just don't have it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things.
Got a tangible thing.
So,
I mean, it does suck, but fucking shit happens, right?
Yep.
Shit happens, me boy.
But it is what it is.
Exactly, like, you can't do nothing about it. Unless you magically find another box somewhere. Just it was like, oh! I'll take that. But,
It's one of those
I
things.
think as of right now, I've only got 2 more things turning up before I move. I think.
Yep.
Oh, because I bought Bionic Commando for PS3.
Yep.
That's going to turn up sometime this week, and I bought Captain America Super Soldier.
Oh, yep. They're not
That
bad.
game looks fucking good.
Yeah, it's
I was
not
like,
bad.
it's a 10 to 12 hour platinum or 10 to 20 hour platinum.
That's not bad. Then
No online trophies, thank God.
Yeah.
On the PS3, which they had a lot of games with online trophies.
I know, it's weird. I don't know why.
Well, it was the start of a new thing, like start of a new thing, my boy. Like online was big.
Oh, there's so many on here.
But
God, all these bloody. I'm looking now. There's a tab for Dragon Ball. There was a bunch that have sold out.
it always was a tab for Dragon Ball.
But like there's a lot
I
on
want
here
to
at
get
the
the
moment.
Digimon Master Lees.
There's a lot on here at the moment that have refreshed that have got so many 80 tickets. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
because there's
4,
there's all
5.
new ones coming this month.
There's 5. One has 78 tickets. There's a bunch of these queued for quarters. Another one down to 70 tickets. Another one 67. Another one at 60. 23 left on that one. 66 on that one. It's crazy how many got tickets.
Yeah.
But a lot of these
I
we've seen
figured out
before
now.
anyway.
I'm just gonna buy a whole set from eBay
Yeah,
because you can buy every prize for like $700. I'm
that's
like,
it.
that's not too bad. That's 100 a prize.
And that's it. I really
And
look
if
and
you
see
can
what
just
they.
bundle all from one person, just bundle it all into one massive shipping box, then fuck
Yeah,
it. Because that's what Matt does. Matches peaches. Like he just gets them from a vendor all at once, like all in one or two shipping boxes.
yep.
Fucking just best way to do it. Kind of pissed me off because I bought Gohan and I'm like, there's a whole set there for like 600-700. I could
Yeah,
still get it because it still makes sense, but like I'll have 2 Gohans.
that's the trap, isn't it?
I can just play one with 2 arms and one with 1, I guess. But it don't make sense because when he's got his scar, he's lost an arm.
Yeah.
Because the androids fucked him up. Pretty sure he dies there too. Actually, Gohan gets fucked up. He dies, which is pretty sad.
I can't remember.
I'm keen to watch it. Like the androids fucked the whole planet.
Mm.
Android fucking 18, 19, 20, like they'll just the androids sell. I think they just Z never happened. It was like an alternate timeline where Gohan's like fucking a badass, like he kind of like Goku in
Is
Z.
that at the time where Goku actually died and that was it?
Yeah,
Or
Goku's dead, Vegeta's dead, fuck everyone but Trunks and Gohan,
yeah.
really. Yeah, it's an old movie, like it's a Z movie.
Yeah. Seen
I
most of the
got it
movies.
on DVD, but I haven't fucking watched any of the movies yet.
Yeah, they're not bad though.
No, they're not canon.
I know, but like besides that, like they're not bad though. Like they're actually good movies.
No, but you know, like it's not like, oh, the Z movies aren't canon. And it's like, yeah, they are. They happen, but yeah, they happen, but they're not canon.
Uh,
None of the movies are except for the new like 3. No, the
yeah, because
new
that's part of
2
that.
movies.
Because the movies
Broly
are part
and
of like in
superhero.
between, yeah. Because they actually are in between the series and stuff. Like they're actually bridges.
Yeah, they come after Super. Like Super happens, and you got Broly and then Superhero until Super Season 2 comes along, which they may put those into Super Season 2, which makes them movies redundant.
To make it easier, just yeah. The only ones that really work are those that
But that's what Super was. Like you
like
had
the
Resurrection
only
F and Battle of the Gods.
the only movies I've always seen that make sense to the series are ones where they're more flushed out, but they had the same story in the series. I just feel like they're still same perspective, but the series cut them down just to skim over it,
Yeah.
and then you move on. Whereas if you want to see the full story, you watch that movie, that's canon, but the other movies that don't have any relation to the series aren't canon. That's how I always saw it anyway. That was my personal take, because you still saw that snippet there. Like, it still was explained. You
Yeah.
saw part of it. So it's just they did more and they showed you more in that. Like it's more of the director's cut of the episode is how I saw them.
Yeah.
But there's only so many movies that did that. There was only a couple. There wasn't many, and that was more later on in the year of Dragon Ball Z, like down the track. Like there was only a couple like early on.
Yeah, but now they're not because they've been in
But
other parts of the anime now. So
yeah, so that's what I mean. So as long as they're like, if they're relevantly,
not just Broly and superhero. That's all people should know. Like
yeah, unless they're like
3 series,
unless they're completely
and
like
2 movies.
reworked, which there are some that, like I said, some of the movies have no acknowledgement to the series at all. Like this, the events that happen in like some of the movies,
Yeah, like
aren't even mentioned. Like they aren't even
that
mentioned.
freaking Broly doesn't exist now.
Yeah, like they don't.
Broly's the new Broly.
Yeah, because they don't make mention to anything. Like none of that stuff is canon because they ignore that. None of that happened.
Yeah, Broly's not even in Z at all.
Like they had
He's
in the
not
movie.
even mentioned. Neither's Cooler. Neither's
That's why those movies make no sense to the timeline because
he's not mentioned in an evil Goku.
Yeah, like if they had those characters later on and be like, "Oh, you're back," then it would acknowledge that those movies are canon. You know what I mean? Like if they would have those characters come back all of a sudden and be like, "Not you again," or you know.
I just remembered. Yeah.
Like that's the only way. That's the only way you can make those movies tie in with the series is if they kind of retcon them in, being like.
It's too late now anyway. Akira Toriyama's passed away, so.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't stop whatever they make with Super and just having to bring in. If they introduced an evil Goku now and they didn't acknowledge
Super, but they can't change nothing prior.
No, but I'm saying is if they bring like, what did we say, Turles, into
he won't be back at all.
No. But if they introduced him into Super now and they didn't acknowledge and they made it like he is a new character, that's fine because that's now.
Yeah, but it won't include the old one.
No, that's what I'm saying. That old movie is completely white because they made a new version of him, and the new version is actual canon. But if they bring him back,
Broly, like he's now reborn as.
Exactly, so that the old Broly movie, reborn. The old Broly movie now is completely non-canon. Like it was kind of canon, but kind of not. It was in that grey area. Now it's completely not because this new Broly movie, like, literally goes, no, that doesn't exist. This is it. You know, if they had
none of the Z movies or Dragon Ball were canon at all.
So if they had Turles come back and be like, oh no, he's back, Turles is back, then it would acknowledge that the movie existed. You know what I mean? It would acknowledge that okay, they've dealt with him before. That movie's now canon. Where it fits in, it makes no sense, but you know. That's the only way they can make those things like that, you know, canon specifically.
Because that's the thing; it makes no sense.
There's like Tree of Life. There's like Tree of Life, and it's a good story.
Yeah, that's what Turles is.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's the one. It makes like the whole Tree of Life concept.
That's what the Fruity's got, I think, from the Tree of Life.
Yeah, I can't even remember. It's been so long. But like that's maybe why I was thinking Tree of Life because of Turles without me even thinking like subconsciously because that's one of the ones I've watched a couple of times when I was younger. But like. That whole Tree of Life concept, just the Tree of Life itself, makes no sense to the rest of the series. Like you watch the series,
like an alternate fucking,
and it doesn't connect. It doesn't fit in anywhere. No. And it's just this random adventure to like we gotta go to the Tree of Life. This that, and it's like, oh okay, it's cool, but like to the series, you're like, when does this take place? Like what's happening? Like it's because it didn't. It didn't. Like it's just a movie to be a movie. Like it was just like let's make a movie.
All the Z movies, like they're just for. Kind of to fill in time between like the next release, like
just to fill in productions. That's all it was. It's just a one shot, like random unique one shot with those characters.
I'm pretty sure that thankfully Toriyama, like I think he did finish Super. Like season 2 is the end of it. I'm pretty sure,
or he's got stuff written for advance for because he would have mostly known he was on his way out. Most likely, he would have.
Yeah, apparently the last year or so that he knew about it, so.
Yeah, so he could have been on there working on it, setting everything up.
Came out.
You know, having everything prepared so that if this came to that point,
there
was still a legacy
of timeline. He did have the successor lined up to take over, which is his son and that. Like,
so everything could still be produced on that line.
They would know what he was thinking for the story, and they just would have helped him out, like to end it.
Get everyone on the same page,
and then the future stuff was probably all new now. Like it's probably still a continuation.
Because, like I said, I imagine like he would have wrote as much as he could to get as much as out as he could.
Yeah.
To have it done and dusted, so at least then not even end it, if necessarily. I'm saying he ended it, but like just to keep it go on, so that
like how Z ended, like an open ending.
Yeah, so then someone else could pick it up, or even if you prepared for the next thing afterwards, it's written there to whoever comes along. His work there, all have to go.
still happening. Like he
That's
did
what I'm
all
saying.
that. Like that, they haven't translated that to anime yet.
That's what I'm saying. So there's plenty of it there in whatever he's written. And I said, all they have to go, okay, oh, this is what we got up to. Okay, this is what he's done. Because again, he would just write all. He's not the one sitting there artistry and writing. Like, he writes out the base idea, and then someone goes, okay, this is what we've taken. This needs to be said by
He
this,
did all
this,
the
this,
character designs.
Yeah, but
for
like
the main stuff, so like Super and Z and
like anyone can pick that up. Like any of those successors can pick that up. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like you have.
Well, they're already done because he already drew them. Like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you, like with anything, like you have a recipe or you have a script. The script's already done, so everyone knows no matter whatever happens, the script's already done. Like he's playing the script for years. That's easy enough to have the narrative. So he's already got the narrative set. They just need to articulate the narrative. So once they've got the narrative, they can do anything. Like he's already done all that. You know, like he's already got that set out for years, most likely to come.
We already know what like Gohan, Goku look in Super, so they're just going to continue that into season 2.
So
adding the new like Morrow and Granola.
I
and all
feel
that,
like Dragon Ball could go on for years. That even once we've gotten old and passed on, Dragon Ball would still continue on. Like like it's something that will go on forever.
Yeah, easy.
I feel sorry for those people coming back now and being like, I'm gonna watch Dragon Ball. You know, you got a lot to go through. Like I feel sorry for those people. See, for us, it's kind of fine
because Dragon Ball's pretty short. I finished Dragon Ball in.
Oh no, what happened? Days. Everything's. I can't hear anything. Oh no, what's happened? Everything muted. No. There we go. I muted myself, mate. You muted my keyboard. I bumped it. Everything fell.
I was saying like.
Oh no, my headset's turned off.
Dragon Ball's pretty short.
I can't hear anything. I can't hear my headsets. I need that. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. This is.
I can't hear shit.
Oh no.
Shit.
Oh god, where's my... Oh.
You got some technical difficulties, my dudes. I mean it happens. But yeah, like Dragon Ball's gonna go forever. Long after we're probably gone. I'm still gonna fucking love it. Whoever inherits all this after I'm gone. Hey, good fucking luck. Hope they like Dragon Ball. Or hopefully that inspires them to get into Dragon Ball. They'll see and go, that looks pretty cool. Then they'll look at the figures. They won't know what any of it is. They'll watch it eventually and go, oh, that's cool. And we might have to end the episode right here.
Oh god, there we go.
What?
We're good. We're back. I'm back.
Oh
yeah, everything went to south.
Just end it fucking right here then.
I know. I came back. Oh, like let me get I'm like my head died. I was like my headset's dead. It's dead. The headset's gone. And I was like trying to find the cable. Oh my god.
So that was the perfect time to call it because you think your headset knew.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we're about 2 hours, so I mean, we can end it there. It's the usual time.
Yeah, I was just saying that Dragon Ball go on forever.
Yeah.
Long after we're gone. Dragon Ball will never die.
No, but that's what I was gonna say. That's the same thing.
Fucking gone for 40 years, like almost half a century.
That's what I was gonna say though. Like it's like that with Marvel. I feel sorry for the people in the future. Be like, oh, I'm gonna binge Marvel. It'd be like 137,000 movies to go through. Like, I feel like because I feel like Marvel.
Then there's not that many because
it's like 30, 40.
I binged Dragon Ball Super in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, when the episodes are only like 20 minutes, 30, like not even 30 minutes long, it's not that bad.
Z was longer. Z has way more episodes than Super.
Like those me watching like
all that Super there is just season 1.
Yeah.
Where that's 9 seasons in Z.
Like anything that's like cartoon based or anime based, they're not long. They don't do like massive episodes, so they're only like 20, 25-minute episodes, no longer. And it's pretty. Yeah, there's a lot more of them, but it's easier to watch because it's
Yeah.
Two is like 2 or
Well,
3
you
is
can
like an
get
hour.
3 episodes an hour, like.
Yeah. So you're not bad. Like that's good. You know. And you usually want to sit down for an
I
hour at
kind of
least
like
watch it.
that format because you can watch a few.
Mm.
Watch
So like,
maybe 2 hours worth.
mm,
That's 6 episodes,
that's it.
give or take.
Like it's not bad.
Plus, if Dragon Ball, like
You're
when I
awake,
was
miss.
watching
Did I
the
wake you up?
original
Did I?
Dragon Ball, like that just went
Did I
so
wake you up?
fucking
I'm
quick.
sorry if I wake you up. I know it's crazy. Miss, I woke you up. I woke the dog up with everything
Now
knocking
I'm
over.
tempted to watch Z.
I know. I've been saying that to
So I'm
myself.
like, because I watched Dragon Ball. I'm like, do I watch Z now? But I'm like, I should
I was
wait
waiting.
because I just binged Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Now I should wait to do Z, which is now like the right time to get into Z again, and then Super again, just so I can refresh
Just
up
wrap
on
it off.
that
Yeah.
again. Because I only watched that once. I'm like, I'm not clear on some things thoroughly. Like I'm with Z. Like I know Z because I played Kakarot twice. That doesn't tell you everything though, but like that's just the main points. But like the anime is so fucking good. But um uh fuck. PlayStation or whoever posted it, Crunchyroll has got every Dragon Ball series added on there now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I should
They
sign
got
up to.
Dragon Ball, Z, GT, Super's on there now, and you've
Sponsored.
got Dragon Ball Kai, Dragon Ball
Yep.
Z Kai. You got all them, not the movies though.
I might.
I don't think.
Yeah. See, I want to kind of watch them, but I just hate to have something to like not trying to go out there and try and buy them and stuff like that when it's hard and
No,
trying to
just
find who has
fucking
it and
Crunchyroll. Like,
to sign up to Crunchyroll, which is like
yeah, just watch them,
$10 or
then
something
get rid
like
of it. Whatever.
that. $10.
Yeah.
I feel like we're having a sponsor ad, not even sponsored. Get on your PlayStation, your Xbox for $10
You
a
can
month.
watch this for $10 a month.
That's what I felt like because we're talking about it,
This,
comparing
'cause that's the
prices.
movie, but
But yeah, no, I'll have to do that so I can watch it again because I do want to watch it. Maybe introduce it to Jack because
you want to see this iconic fucking pose?
I
Go watch Dragon Ball.
I introduced Avatar to Jack, and Jack's liking the Avatar, which is not too bad.
Oh, nice.
So he does ask me every now and then, can we watch an episode? I'm like, good, yes, we'll watch it. Sit down, watch an episode. He may get an episode or two in, and then he gets a bit bored, but at least he's like, I like it, I want to watch it. But he's
When
not.
he gets to about 10, 12, he'll start getting a freaking Dragon Ball, I reckon.
He's not binge worthy yet. He doesn't have that
Mm.
binge mentality where there's
It's
like me
also got
yesterday.
to hook him as well. Which
Yeah, like me yesterday
Avatar's
when
a bit hit and miss in some
Yeah.
aspects.
I'll say like me with Clarkson's Farm yesterday. We ended up watching like 6 episodes yesterday, 5 or 6 episodes.
It's easy, isn't it?
They're an
Like,
hour-long episode, though. And I'm like, fuck, there goes 6
Yeah.
hours, done. So, yeah, I might jump on fucking... I might have a look, see if I can jump on Helldivers.
The ultimate binge, though, is Lord of the Rings, the extended cut, all 3 in a fucking row.
Oh, those are good. I've been wanting to do it, like, watch them again.
No, all 6 movies, actually. All 6 extendeds.
Oh, I know. That I've done that with the original, like, Lord
That's
of
a
the
whole
Rings.
day. Like, you got to do the whole day.
Oh, don't... They're like 4-hour-long movies. They do have the interval thing, too, because I got the extended cut and I watched them. They
It's
had the
literally
interval halfway
24
through.
hours for them fucking 6
Oh,
movies.
it's so long because they're 4 hours. So I'd watch the first part for like the hour and like the 2 hours, and you interval, then you watch the other 2. And then I've done it. I'm like, I'm not doing it again. I've committed. And I've done it. I watched all 3 extended. I've been there. I've done that. Not again. Like, I've achieved that in my life. Once I watched the originals, like the default Lord of the Rings. I haven't done the Hobbit marathon, but I've done the 3-hour like the original cut of Lord of the Rings
The
marathon.
Hobbit's
Done
not
that.
as long.
And then I've done the extended marathon. So I've done both. I've done the standard Lord of the Rings
The Hobbits are 3
and the
hours
extended.
each.
Yeah, so I don't know
That's only 9 hours.
because they're 4-hour movies.
Easier.
My lord, but but it doesn't feel like much. But once you've done it, you're like, I'm not doing that again.
I can. It's got to take a little while, like longer
But
than
they are
a year,
good movies
than a
though.
year
Like they are
between.
good movies because you do got to have yourself prepared to like go to the toilet.
Because I watched Lord of the Rings in 4K, and that looks like it was filmed right now. Like
It's so good, eh? Like how
the
they
work
the
they
camera
like Peter Jackson that done to that, like to get it to 4K.
Yep,
Like I've done the textures, the resolution. Like fuck, it looks clean.
yep. And that's the thing is, it's his tech that's done a lot of the movie's restorations. Like It's literally their tech they did to make like to restore like I don't know if it's necessary for Lord of the Rings or in general, but they are the ones that basically Weta or whatever it was literally the ones that
Yeah,
invented
they
that.
they did the Avatar, the one to 4K as well. I think
Yeah,
the Weta.
like that whole technology was invented by them basically to
Yeah,
upscale and
well, Weta's
re-render.
like #1 for movies,
Like
like
it's
for
crazy. Like
anything
they did
movies.
that. That's the thing. So any movie that you think of that end up having like
I think it's
a
what James Cameron uses
yeah,
is Weta, like to do it.
yeah,
I think his Titanic 4K
yep,
is going through Weta.
yeah, yeah. Anyone that's
His
had that upscaling,
Terminator, his
yep. Anyone that has
that
had that
True
done,
Lies, that 4K now, that
even
was
even
Weta, I
even
think.
if it's not done by them directly, it's Weta Tech that's doing it.
Mm.
Like it's their
Yep.
technology they made. Like that's insane that they made like this software, whatever it is, to
Well, they
like able
made
to.
that way back for Lord of the Rings, like
Yeah, they did that so they could
for it
convert
was literally for that. Like they
it to
made
keep it good quality.
the
Yeah,
groundwork
yeah.
there.
So like it's
Like just
amazing.
think, like that Lord of the very DVD, the VHS quality, that still looks
Yeah.
fucking good for like 2000,
Well, that's because it
2000 ish.
again, it's becomes in the cameras they used, and the cameras they used, he thought ahead of himself too. The cameras at the time that he used,
How massive.
he thought ahead of time the quality to film them at.
They were those big fucking
Yeah,
chonky boys that like you had
yeah.
one little dude just like
But that's the same
had
though. Even then, like he thought about filming it in before
a
we even
lot of.
had the systems to really take it yet. So he was ready to like have that quality for Blu-ray before Blu-ray was even invented, basically. Like
Well, 4K really is
you
as
know,
well.
like
He was Peter Jackson definitely looks to the future.
like yeah, he
Same as
think
James Cameron. Like you look at Terminator and
I
that.
don't think he's
Like
done anything, is he, for a while?
you can literally pass that off as something recent. Still, that
Yeah.
was in the 80s, 90s.
Oh,
Like I have to say it, like Paul Verhoeven, who did Starship Troopers. That looks pretty fucking good in 4K. Like that converted nicely.
mm,
Looks like a modern fucking thing. Even the
yeah, no, you
CGI
never.
fucking bugs in there, like that looks so fucking real. But and then you got Marvel right now, and things look fucking dodgy and.
Um. Oh, yeah, that's right. He did the Beatles now and then. That's right.
Who?
Um, Peter Jackson.
Oh yeah,
So he did
yeah, doing a lot of smaller things
that
now.
music video now and then they did, which was uh AI work, which makes sense as a film. You want to dabble in that whole AI like trying to restore, like that makes sense because like a lot of people doing that AI
Yeah,
restoration and you dabble with that tech. You try and see, that makes sense for a filmmaker to try an outlet. And that wasn't too bad what they did because they got like they upscaled and like turned like the old footage of like the old like different things to like new things and like they did a lot of work to add characters into music videos like the not characters but like the old like actors that like have died or look younger. They captured that and then brought them into like the new stuff and they've done different kind of things like that. Like it's really cool because they're doing that movie.
right.
Yeah, because it was that they Get Back. Um, yeah, the Beatles Get Back. That was that biopic thing he did. So that was part of it, and that was cool. That was like using a lot of footage and then cutting things in between. And
No, it's just sad that all these filmmakers now are getting a bit old.
that's right. Yeah,
That
produced.
there's no one to continue their craft.
Yeah, he hasn't really done much because he did The Hobbit, and then he like and that was like a producer, but like that was his thing. Like he started that because he did Lord of the Rings.
He didn't start that. No, that wasn't him. He took over from Guillermo del Toro. He
Mm.
Guillermo fucking started the Hobbit trilogy.
It was a weird thing that was.
Yeah, well, he was doing it. Then he's like, nah. Then Peter Jackson took over because he happened to come across it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, bro, you should have just started from. But they couldn't start from scratch. That's why it's
Oh,
rushed.
he's got the untitled Tintin sequel in production.
Huh. That's a long time to fucking making.
Yeah, no, because that was
Like 10 years ago or so, probably longer.
the fuck was that? Not even in the thing.
That's definitely fucking longer.
Yeah, I don't see it. I think and that was. Oh, there it was. Yeah, 2011.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. 13 years ago. 13.
But yeah, like even then, like you look back, The Hobbit was 2014, and then the only thing recently from that was really anything was that more Legends. But you know, Lord of the Rings though, anything Lord of the Ring based, which is The Hobbit, which was 2014. Fuck
14,
that.
15, 16. I think.
12,
That
13,
was in 3
14.
years as well. Oh, 12, 13, 14.
So we've
Okay,
we've
yeah.
even missed those anniversaries. That's crazy. We're only on the last Hobbit movie anniversary this year. 10 years.
It's a dog shit movie, but
No, but still in general
the
being
Hobbit
like
trilogy is shit. Like, it's good for context, but like, it's nothing on the
no,
original
no,
trilogy.
no. I'm not saying
Nothing.
like not in that concept. I'm just saying in the concept of like as being a Lord of the Rings franchise thing. Like the last one was
Yeah,
made. Like the last one of that franchise was made 10 years ago. Like that's crazy. That was 10 years ago.
yeah.
Like fuck. That's yeah.
Pretty insane, isn't it?
This year is its
But
10 year
that time
anniversary.
fucking flies, my boy. Time
Doesn't
fucking flies, my boy.
seem like much, but
My
yeah.
leg is so itchy.
But anyway, we were gonna end this a little few minutes ago. We were gonna end this 10 minutes ago.
Hey. Yes.
But
Thank you, Beardies and Beardettes, for joining us. Episode 18. Whew. As always, if you want more, just let us know down below if you want us to talk about certain things.
Yep.
If we ramble too much, just tell us and we'll kind of keep an eye on it. As much as we can. But we're just passionate about what we talk about.
Exactly.
We're passionate about video games, passionate about movies, fucking everything we talk about. Music, fucking our figures, our collectibles. I do have videos going up at some point for these two figures. Somewhere when I finally do it. But as always, thank you for watching, listening.
Oh, that hurt.
We hope you had a good time. We definitely did. We have been
Oh.
Dale and Jim. And we will catch you next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye. What the fuck was that?
What?
I was like, bye bye. I was like, oh fuck, my voice. Oh god, even the dog's looking at me weird. So what are you on about?
I thought I fucking fell off my chair.